satisfying wash.
Yeah.
Right?
It is. I've never been there.
Yeah, but have you ever used one of those soap dispensers where it's almost like it snows?
I don't wash my hands. Usually.
Well, I mean, we could have figured that out pretty easily.
Yeah, I don't know why you would even ask. Hey, we're recording.
Are we? We're recording?
Wow.
Hi, we are.
Oh my God.
Welcome
I don't know
to
if this thing has started yet.
Hi, Unpopular.
There we are.
Hello. Well, that's a bad angle.
It's
a bad angle from a tummy, from a tum-tum.
Do you know how many other...
This is a flattering angle for all of us.
And what'd you say you wanted to bring up today?
What?
We'll get into it later.
Get into it.
It makes...
Yeah, we'll get there.
It fits, doesn't it?
We'll cross that bridge.
Oh.
What's happened? We froze.
What?
It's frozen.
Oh.
We are frozen.
We are frozen.
In ice.
We are frozen in the ice like the Captain America. From the 1945 all the way to the 2000 and was it 9 or something?
I believe it was 9.
2009. I've got the Captain America poster hanging up. I also have the Red Skull paintings that I got from that auction house.
What?
I have a painting of the Red Skull from the Captain America movie.
I like how he's getting a little bit more and more Americanized. Like he's been living in the country a little bit longer as the sentence continues.
Just crisis, it is what it is. No, I got. I have in the movie in Captain America, they're painting the Red Skull. There's a scene. I have that painting. I happen to know somebody that worked at one of those auction houses.
Oh, word!
And
that's fucking dope.
They had these high quality foam core printouts for an auction that they were doing, and she gave it to me. So I just have this weird Nazi painting.
That's fucking dope.
I have a dope fictional Nazi painting hanging up in my...
As opposed to all your other
regular
Nazi not so dope
yeah.
Nazi paintings.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's understandable. Hey, I hope everybody can hear us out there.
Yeah.
Hi. Hi, Unpopular fans.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
You guys like Roxette?
Yeah, we're talking a lot about Roxette today.
Is it all Roxette themed?
Mostly just Roxette. Hey, welcome to Unpopular Opinion.
Hi, how are you?
How's everyone going?
Do I cheat
How's
the
everyone
camera?
going?
Do I cheat the camera or do I talk to you?
How are you going to die, everybody? No, just talk to me. This isn't, you don't have to, because, no, absolutely, yeah, actually don't. Don't,
Okay.
Don't pay too much attention to the camera, because this isn't technically a live stream podcast. We just kind of let people watch.
Oh, okay.
But we're still live streaming it, but we don't it's not like Listcast where we adamantly interact with the audience. We will a little, but don't get distracted. That's my job.
Try.
You're telling me not to get distracted?
Exactly, yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have that on the screen there. But it's up. It's happening.
Well, here we are.
Here we go.
And here we go. And then Batman, The Dark Knight starts.
Yeah.
Remember?
Then that happens next.
Remember The Dark Knight? Remember that movie?
Hey guys,
No,
remember that movie?
never heard it.
Hey, remember the biggest movie that ever happened?
You guys remember?
Like, you guys remember?
You ever seen Batman?
You guys remember 2008 when Batman had another movie and it was Dark Knight?
You guys remember when we were all complaining about Heath Ledger? Do you remember when we were all complaining?
I was always
hard?
like, it's fine. I
He
never had a problem
really-
with it.
I've literally
He
always
really
been,
went a long way to address those complaints.
I've literally been. Oh my god. Oh my god. There's that's fun. Oh my god.
we have so many.
We got more, baby.
This
we got 'em
is
all.
So
Do we have
much
Chris
more-
Corneagle in there?
That was Intensity Eagle, even though it's a red-tailed hawk. But we renamed it Chris Corneagle
Intensity
in honor of Chris Cornell.
Oh,
earlier this week.
Oh, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
And I say earlier this week. This podcast is going up like 3 weeks from now.
Yeah,
so
in like a year.
people are like, when do they think he died?
I was hosting a show the night, the day that Chris Cornell died, and that night, the karaoke DJ was like, "Black Hole Sun, no matter how many times, everybody who wants to sing it gets to sing it. We'll do it all night." I was like, well,
that wasn't a song I wanted to. That's not a song I wanted to hear when he was alive. That's like one of their worst songs.
I did a really fun, like swingy version, like an old, like a ragtime,
like a lounge.
Version. Yeah. It's
wearing one of those styrofoam hats.
It's Have you ever heard of Postmodern Jukebox? They do like all kind of spanning between like the 20s up to like 60s Motown. They cover like popular new songs.
Black Hole Sun.
Black Hole Sun, won't you come and wash away the rain?
It's you know what I would say. You know, it's not as fast as the, you know. I think ragtime is probably the wrong word. More loungy, old school jazz. Like it's really pretty when it's sang by a woman and sang so much more. I don't know what
you're doing like an Aretha Franklin.
It doesn't
head move.
sound as like whiny as. You know what I mean? It sounds it's very sad, like very sad.
Can you give me an example of a musician that I might be able to?
No. I mean, like the original version of Black Hole Sun is very like sad.
I've always
like
never
it's a
really
little
liked
bit
that
more
song.
like okay, all right, here we go.
Yeah, we are. Black Hole Sun, we're washing away the rain.
Black Hole Sun. Oh, won't you come, blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
It's fun. It's
so like a
fun.
very Jessica Rabbit style.
Yeah. Very like
He was like rubbing up on detectives.
Oh,
and
what the
stuff
hell
when he
is
was
her
singing.
name from like Dick Tracy?
Breathless Mahoney.
Breathless Mahoney. Oh God.
You pulled that out quick. Very
I
good
know
job.
a lot about Dick Tracy. That is a goddamn good movie.
And Madonna's a treasure in that. Like that is.
She
such
never
a,
looked better than when she was in Dick Tracy.
That dress.
That was the pinnacle of Madonna.
That
Wow.
fucking
That
Breathless
black
Mahoney
satin dress.
Did you see somebody did that outfit on RuPaul's Drag Race like a couple
No.
weeks ago, and she looked fantastic.
Did you
Did
miss
you
that
see
episode?
No, I'm sorry, I'm not.
They did a whole like
Weird.
Madonna
You,
theme.
So.
Well, it was if you saw like the picture online or something. You know, I don't know what circulates.
I don't want to get confused with my toxic masculinity. I don't want any curveballs thrown at me.
Good point. Good point. Hey, once again, welcome to Unpopular Opinion,
Oh my God!
everybody.
Once again,
How's it going?
good.
You know what? It's going fantastic.
Let's introduce the guests
Oh my
for people
God.
who don't. Joe Kaye, this is your first time on the
This is.
regular flagship show.
This is so exciting for me. This is truly a dream I didn't realize that I had. But then when you asked me if I wanted to do it, I was like, wow, this is such a dream.
Right. Or people who watched the last Listcast when you asked me if you could do it.
That's true. I did.
I was going to ask you anyway.
So it's
I'm
like
sure.
so it's
No,
like
you're great on Listcast. You've been on. How many times have you been on Listcast?
I think I did it. I think I've done it 4 times.
every other one.
Yeah.
It's like lucid dreaming. You get to decide when the dream happens.
And
Just I need that kick. I need to get kicked into the bathtub.
you're a comic. People don't.
I am.
People listening to this might not know that.
Despite popular belief, I am in fact a comic.
And Jeff, gross.
What?
Jeff's here.
I love Jeff. I'm so excited to be like that. We're here together because every time I'm here, I'm always wondering if you're gonna be here, and then you never are, and I'm always very sad.
Which is weird because I'm always here. Like we have
That's
like
why I
the
find it
we
I'm
have
trying
like
to
the
keep you two apart.
yeah, it's like the morning Ralph, morning Sam situation.
Because look what
where
happens when you
I
put the
punch
two
out
of
while
us.
he punches in.
It's what happens when you put the two of us, and then we just keep going. We'll go for days.
Yeah, and that's what you want.
Yes.
That's exactly what you want.
Yeah, it's
especially
weird that I've never had you two on a Listcast together before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that. Well, I haven't done Listcast in a while, actually.
should
Hour
do one.
3. Let's get to Joe's 5th pick.
Oh my God.
Let me tell you about Breathless Mahoney.
Has anyone ever listened to a 3-hour podcast?
Oh
I
yeah.
would.
I would.
have.
Ooh, no,
You know
I
what?
couldn't.
I
wouldn't be able
can
to do
tell
it.
you I have.
Oof.
If I was ever on like a road trip, that's when I'd be like, all right, give me this.
I've
Yeah,
taken
I
long
suppose.
Give me
plane
this
trips.
long-ass
I've listened to
one,
like 3-hour podcasts like on plane rides. Like
It'd be hard for me to stick with it though. Even then, I'd get bored. I'd listen to 3 1-hour podcasts in a row.
Yeah.
but a 3-hour podcast would be brutal.
you know what I sometimes
Yeah.
like to do? I like to like take breaks with like a long one like that on a plane trip. I'll listen to like an hour and then I'll take a break and I'll listen to something
Step
else. And then I'll
outside
come
for a
back.
smoke.
Yeah. Or if you're like me, you go into the bathroom and then you take a hit on your like vape pen and then like blow it into the toilet as you're flushing it. You're just
Yeah.
like, I can't fucking deal with this.
Yep. I know that feeling.
Yeah.
Is that? Are you able to get vape pens on the plane?
Oh
usually?
yeah. Oh yeah. If you unpackage them and just throw them in a Ziploc bag, they just
Yeah.
look like e-cigarettes. Like no one's gonna.
Yeah, and
especially if you're
flying
flying out of Burbank, like no one.
Yeah,
fucking
Burbank
cares.
is the easiest airport on the planet.
Well,
to fly
even
out.
if you're-
almost certain you could get a gun into that airport. Like you wouldn't even have to try very hard.
Yeah, I feel like even LAX, if they just caught you with regular weed, you could just be like,
Oh shit, I forgot that was there.
You
And
got
they'd be
me.
like,
Sorry,
all right.
I'll throw it away. It's fine.
No, literally, like I've had people be like, "Oh shit, there's a little weed in my just in their pocket." They're like, "Oh fuck."
It's funny how quickly that became like a non-punishable offense. Didn't like Michael Vick get like suspended because they found weed in his water bottle?
Yeah,
or
he had a water bottle with a secret compartment that smelled like
But
weed.
also, what state?
Yeah, I think it was Georgia. Something
Was
like
it
that.
Georgia or Florida or something?
Yeah,
like
something like that.
But even then, like it's funny just how quickly
Yeah.
you know, it's become no one gives a shit.
Yeah, it's
anymore.
funny how quickly no one gave a shit in New York anymore. Like everybody cared for a hot minute, and then all of a sudden, just
everyone just woke up from the Matrix and they were like, "Oh, we don't care
fuck
about this anymore."
Yeah.
Fine.
So, Jeff, how have you been? What have you been up to?
Getting clawed up by cats mostly.
Hit it, Brett. You know, the hardest part of this show for me is the first few minutes.
Rude.
Because I spend all that time asking everyone else what's going on in their life when all I really want to do is talk about what I've been up to since last week. And that's why we call this segment This Week in Me. And it's about to get a little intense.
Are you done?
No, I said it's about to get a little intense. Here that goes. And yeah, I think we can fade it out pretty safely. Yeah, I'm good. What were you saying?
You know what? It's not important.
No, what have you been up to, Jeff?
No. It's okay. It's okay.
Wow. Someone's a real stick in the mud right now.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
That's
So,
all I'm saying.
you sure you don't want
Checking out for the day.
to? All right, fine. So what are we talking about today?
Unpopular opinions, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, they said the title of the movie in the movie.
Yeah. People, when we first started this podcast, people don't bitch about it as much now, but it's called Unpopular Opinion, and I give a really explicit, detailed description of what the show is about in the intro, but we don't really ever do what's in the, what I say in the intro.
Yeah, who cares? Artistic license.
Yeah. Right? But today, we're doing an Unpopular Opinions show.
What? There it is.
There it was.
You know, I'm so fucking excited to like be here for this. Like, I feel very honored that this is the topic that I'm here for.
It's a historic moment. We're closing in on a big time for the podcast. We're closing in on our 200th episode.
Big deuce.
Oh, that's fucking wild.
And without giving anything away, boy, do we have a guest lined up for the 200th episode.
You got to tell me who it is off mic.
Jeff knows.
I know who it is.
Yeah.
Tell me who it is off mic.
I'll tell you off mic.
I'll tell you what, the listeners are going to shit.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
exciting.
yeah.
Like,
That's so exciting.
Yeah, it's
People will lose their fucking mind, and I hope it happens so badly.
yeah.
I think it will.
My fingers are crossed for
Yeah,
it.
I think it'll
Yeah,
happen.
yeah.
But it ain't the 200th episode yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Stuck with you motherfuckers for now.
I'm so sorry. I'm such a disappointment.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Why'd you look at Jeff when you said that, when I was clearly the one expressing the
I
disappointment?
don't know. It might be because Jeff was a teacher, and I just look at him like
Oh,
an
there it
authority
is.
figure,
That
and I
makes
feel
sense.
like I'm letting you down, like I've let down all of my other
why would
educators.
anybody ever look at me as an authority figure unless you had me as a teacher? Like,
I know,
there's
because, like,
nothing
you
about
have-
me.
If you pulled out a badge, you
Yeah,
undercover
like,
cop
yeah,
looking motherfucker.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, but like in all like when I found when you said that you were a teacher, when I learned that about you, I was like, yeah, that makes the most sense. Like that
Does
absolutely
that make the most sense?
like to
does
me.
it?
I was like, it like definitely something fucking clicked in my head where it was like, oh yeah, oh absolutely. There's nothing else that you would have done before. Like you have that air about you. Or
I don't get that.
Like that to me, that kind of cool but kind of an asshole of a teacher. Like a cool dude though. Like you I don't know.
Joe coming with the unpopular opinions
Wow.
right out of the gate.
Usually,
No,
people,
but it's all a good thing.
Usually, people would assume that I'm some sort of like civil servant that has a calendar, cop
fair.
or fireman or something like that. They usually, even when people found out I was a teacher, they'd be like, "Jim," and I'd be like, "Fucking no."
Okay, yeah, well,
And
yeah.
then they'd be like, "Oh, then social studies." I was like, "Yeah."
Oh, but that's what it is. It's like when you said teacher, I immediately was like, yeah, history teacher. Like that's what
Yeah,
it clicked in my brain because I think it's
The
maybe
dime a
because I
dozen
had-
is this as a history teacher.
I was gonna say I had my U.S. history teacher my junior year of high school was the football coach. So
it's
like,
all the same guy.
and he was great. He was a really cool dude. And
I
what's
guarantee
funny,
you, he fucked one of his students.
he ended
at
up
one point.
quitting. No, not no.
Yeah.
But what's funny is the parallels is that he ended up quitting teaching to do stand up as well.
You know why? You know why he quit.
I mean, you get that you're kind of implying that that's why you quit.
No, that's why I didn't work high school.
I was like, oh wow, are we learning something?
I didn't quit.
You?
I retired. I was granted the opportunity.
I
was granted a lot of priests.
Same thing. It's not the same thing, but that's what I meant. By he stopped.
By the way, just as a heads up, and for everybody listening at home, there are way more sex scandals that happen in school districts that get swept under the rugs than you could ever imagine.
Oh yeah. No, I mean no. I was gonna say I know the teachers that fucked students in my high school. He was not one of them.
But you also don't know some of the ones that did too.
Yeah, because he was a little bit. Yeah, no. No. Yeah. I'm sure if any of the football coaches did, I know that they did. It wasn't him. It was definitely all of the other ones.
Me.
Yeah, it was me. I also was a 16-year-old high school football coach. I was a prodigy.
We found out,
despite me calling all sports just sports.
One of my co-teachers found photos in the desk that she took over of my old favorite English teacher consenting or possibly consenting with with some underage men.
Oh,
a couple of teachers and
my God,
bit of a curveball there. And it was like, I never heard about that. And it's like, yeah, of course you didn't. Because somebody's like, I found these pictures. And they're like, all right, we're going to burn them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shady.
Real shady.
So should we get into what we're talking about today?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Should we?
The mic.
Yeah. You want to start with yours?
No. I'll let the guest start. I usually, just like we do on Listcast.
All right.
Okay.
Who wants to go first?
So we're talking unpopular opinions. Is what we're saying. Okay. I have one that can lead right into what we were sort of just talking about.
Let's hear it.
My unpopular opinion is that teachers don't have nearly as hard of a job as it is implied by society that they have.
And you could say this from personal experience.
Yeah. First and foremost, I made plenty of money in public education. I had dope insurance. Like my life was dope. I worked 10 months out of the year. I basically, as long as you're good at what you do, your job is not hard at all.
But also, can't that also be because of like a regional thing? Like if you're, because you were a teacher in Massachusetts.
They have like
I'm sure like a
teacher
in Iowa and a teacher in Massachusetts are getting, there's a drastic difference.
In pay? But there's also a drastic difference in cost of living.
I was going to say also, that, and then also, I mean, quality of the school itself.
Yeah, but for the most part, like if you're at a school in Iowa versus a school in Massachusetts,
any state where I would assume Massachusetts has good public education. Like I would assume
it does. It has decent public education,
right?
But also that relies on the educators themselves,
right. But I think that there are things, shittier school districts and stuff that it doesn't make the job any easier. Like
that's all well and good, but on average. Not even close.
Yeah.
The amount of who has the hardest job out there? Teachers.
I'm not there with they have the hardest job. I'm out there with they have a hard fucking I have friends that are teachers that are not martyrs like that, but I could see where it's like, oh
well,
God,
look,
if you
can't find a groove or you come in trying to be like, I'm the sheriff of this town. You're going to have a bad time if you can't adjust. But anybody that's willing, the only way teaching is hard is honestly if the teacher makes it hard on themselves.
What about when you hear about schools that don't get proper funding or have shitty budgets and teachers buying supplies out of their own pocket?
That's what I'm kind of talking about.
Those can't all be myths. They have to happen.
Yeah, I know that they do happen.
Yeah, that happens. I've had to pay for some of my supplies in the past as well.
Yeah.
When there's tight budgets and stuff and they're like, oh, some of the stuff you're going to have to cover yourself.
You were mostly, how long were you a teacher?
9 years.
So you were single most of the time. You're just a single dude. So as far as in terms of money,
I wasn't paying to support a family, if that's what you mean, but no job.
Do you think you could have supported a family on that income?
Yeah. But I don't think is it I remember seeing this where somebody was complaining because they had 3 kids and they weren't making enough money. And I was like, is it the school district's responsibility about how many kids somebody has or decides to have? Like that, to me, I never understood that argument where it's like, well, you know, how am I supposed to support my wife and 3 kids? It's like, dude, you have a wife and 3 kids. Get a second job. Because that's no job guarantees, or it's be like, oh, you had another kid? Here's an extra $40,000 this year.
Right.
Like I'm pretty close to as liberal as they come, but in situations like that, it's like it's not the taxpayer's responsibility.
What years were you a teacher?
2000 from the beginning of 2004 until the end of 2012.
Okay. I was just
So
curious
that
about like
sort of 9-year span.
Okay. I was also curious about just when were you a teacher? Because that also I would assume like I feel like teachers in the 90s were making a more livable wage. I feel like everybody in the 90s was making a more livable wage than they are now. But
I remember being in union meetings and people complaining about how much we made, and I was like, "What are you talking about? Like this is fine. Like like this is great. I waste a ton of money and still have a ton of money left."
And that's the one thing teachers do have going for them, is it's one of the few professions that still has a pretty decent labor union.
Yeah, the labor union's good. It's illegal in most states. It's illegal for teachers to strike. At least in Massachusetts it was. But what you would do is like the teachers would stand outside of the school until they were contractually obligated to come inside.
Right.
So like I remember if we were going to strike, it was just don't enter the building until 7:50.
Not nearly as effective, I got to imagine.
No, it's not. But
yeah,
you know, we were always pretty much taken care of. It's just I find that whenever a teacher is like, well, you know, whenever a teacher really says it's a hard job, it's honestly because they put a lot of things on themselves to make it hard. Not every single time, not all the time, but often. And I've seen it, and I've seen the ones that are like, this is so hard. It's like, yeah, well, you're an asshole to the kids, and you don't know how to adjust. You're dealing with 14-year-olds now. They're like, I went from teaching 6th grade to 8th grade. I'm not getting respect. It's like, yeah, because you went from 6th grade to 8th grade. Like, that's what you wanted. You didn't know. Or like, I went from high school, and I can't yell at the kids like I did in high school the way I did now. This is hard now. And it's like, fucking learn. That's all. It's just you have to be fluid in education.
I think it's really like, maybe I feel that there are teachers that when they say, or people that say like it's the hardest job or it's an exceptionally hard job or whatever, I think it's coming from a place of like, in order to be to what they feel the best of their abilities or the best teacher that they can be for these kids is hard, because like a good teacher wants to give their students like they want to see them all succeed.
A good one does.
Yeah, no. But what I'm saying is this is where it's coming back to like the school itself might be underfunded, where it's like, I want to give these kids better reading materials. I want to give them better just overall experiences, and I'm going to pay for it because the school can't, and I'm going to do that myself, and therefore just perpetuate, you know, it's...
Ron Clark is a good example of what you're talking about. Ron Clark took a job teaching in the inner city of New York, where it was a very, very low-funded, very, very difficult place. And he made the adjustments and was like, all right, well, I want to take these kids to Washington, but these families can't afford it. And he went through, he's kind of one of like a celebrity teacher.
Ron Clark or Joe Clark?
Ron Clark.
Ron Clark. Because I was sure you were talking about the 80s Morgan Freeman film, Lean on Me.
It was not the 80s film starring Morgan Freeman, Lean on Me. Ron Clark, he wrote several books. He was actually, there was a biopic made of him starring Chandler Bing himself.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
But he's like this really great
biopic of Joe Clark starring Morgan Freeman. But go on.
Same, starring Morgan Freeman and Matthew Perry.
I'd watch it.
Yeah. But it's... But in general, I think a lot of the teachers that I met were complacent and treading water, like a lot of them. And if you're trying hard, like some jobs are going to be difficult, some years are going to be more difficult, but it's not nearly as hard as society is dictating.
Yeah.
I never once had a problem with my paycheck. And whenever I see people that are like, you can pay athletes $3 million, but you can't pay teachers that, it's like, teachers don't deserve $3 million. Nobody's paying tickets to watch me teach.
And athletes work way harder than teachers.
Yeah. Like that blows my mind that people would say that.
Well, because it's the popular belief is that the only work that professional athletes do is on the field.
Yeah, right.
It's like
Right.
And as someone who literally watches zero sports, I'm like, they are working so hard. Like
they sacrifice.
And
so
my
much,
only connection to that is like because I see, there are celebrity like movie stars, like some like Chris Pratt who went from being like a schlubby dude to a slave to his own body. Like he can do nothing else but work out and figure out and count his calories and then go act and then come home and then work out. And it's like, he's constantly doing something. It's not like
that actually leads to one of my other unpopular opinions.
What, you don't like Chris Pratt?
No. I think
it's the all Jeff unpopular opinion show.
I was just saying it's just a thing. We'll come back to it afterwards.
Okay.
I don't want to take up too much time with that. But
well, I do. I've always been bothered by the athletes argument too. For one thing, also teachers don't
make the argument about actors for that matter. Like seriously, they literally do not. Even when they are at work, they're fucking sitting. They literally talk for 15 minutes, and then they get someone else to stand in for them while they catch the light, where they get to go sit in the.
But also, don't forget about all the work they do off camera as well.
Like you just mentioned Chris Pratt.
Yeah, Chris Pratt, an actor.
Well, I'm not saying giant celebrity movie star. I'm saying
Chris
like,
Evans, Chris Hemsworth. There's all sorts of Chris's that are working out real hard.
All them Chris's. No, I'm just saying from like, my own personal experience on sets and stuff working, it's like you do the thing and then, like you're going over lines and you're reading or whatever, but like, it's not hard.
I find acting difficult.
I
suck at it.
I feel like I'm pretty good at it.
I feel like I'm like every time I just want to stop in the middle of it and just be like, this is dumb, right?
I'm into. I like it. I like acting.
I feel you. That's why I like film acting, because you kind of can just stop it. And like, film and shorts and stuff like that, when you're doing takes, you kind of can just be like, can we just stop for a second? This is dumb, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is a bad take. Can we start over?
The other thing no one takes into account when they make that you can pay athletes $3 million a year. Athletes bring in money.
Yeah. That's exactly right. No one's buying tickets to watch me teach.
Right. No, I'm like, I wouldn't have bought your jersey when you were a teacher.
Yeah,
obviously.
Mr. May bobbleheads weren't flying off the shelves.
The only kind of teacher that almost can like make that complaint is a teacher with like a department and a budget, like like a drama teacher or like like somebody where it's like, if we just had this extra tiny little chunk of money, we could be doing so much more for the kids. Like
the peripherals are the ones that take the beatings, the extra.
Yeah. And you know what? I feel like that's where most of the teachers that I know are people like drama teachers that are like, I want to be able to give these kids fucking something other than.
But mandatory state testing doesn't judge on the drama group, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, it sucks.
Yeah, arts get ripped apart.
And like, I mean, and I saw that because from New York, and when Bloomberg was the new mayor in New York City, like public school arts and music education took like a huge hit. In
just like
schools.
soda.
Like it was just like him and his small fucking sodas. No, he like one of the most visceral things I can remember, like first getting into politics at like 12, even though I went to private school, so it didn't affect me. I was so mad that art and music was cut in public schools and being switched with an extra hour of math and English. I was like, what?
We had a walkout at my school over that once.
And that was just it. Like people wanted, like it was like a huge thing to be like, you're just. Because this is also in the
it's
time.
It's also
of
a very American way of looking at it. Imagine in China if that happened, they'd be like, yeah, okay, we understand why we need more math and science.
Yeah, but it's also with that thing of like, okay, then why don't we can like add an extra like 20 minutes. It's that thing of like, you don't have to cut the entire thing. That sometimes some of these kids.
You mean add an extra 20 minutes to the school day?
No. I'm saying like there are things like study halls and free periods and quite frankly, like gym classes and not all gym classes. I'm sorry. Okay. I know. Well, my gym was about
childhood obesity.
Gym was a very ridiculous thing in the high schools that I went to. Like it was.
It's because everyone's too cool and didn't want to sweat.
No. It was the first 2 years. We went to drama school, so we had like a joke of a gym class, and we also had a dance class, so that kind of counted.
Wait,
as
you
gym.
went to drama school?
I know. Wow, shocking.
I don't believe that.
Fucking shocking. We had a dance class, so that kind of counted towards your physical activity of the day.
Yeah, but that is a physical education.
But then my junior year, our acting class was our gym period.
Nice.
Which, well, I
She
mean,
should have been stage fighting.
if
How great would a stage
Choreographed
fighting
dance scenes.
well, when I went to drama college, that actually pretty much was our like physical education was stage fighting.
I am dying, wanting to know, was it called Drama College or was it like a different name?
The American Musical and Dramatic Academy, AMDA for short. AMDA in Hollywood.
Drama College.
Here's an unpopular opinion. AMDA's a good school.
Whoa! Hey, that's a sponsor. You're gonna have to bleep that one out.
Yeah, we'll censor all that out. Thank
I
you
don't get
so much.
I don't get a sound effect for that. I thought I was gonna get. Cool.
That's what you get.
I like
Got
that
the
one.
eagle, and by that I mean the hawk. I'm gonna quit clarifying that because I
No,
do it
don't.
every time.
It's Chris Cornell.
Yeah, Chris Corneagle.
Should we do another one?
Give an unpopular opinion.
Okay.
Let's hear it. What do you got?
Show us what you've got.
Okay. I think New Simpsons is fucking fine, guys. Like, it's fine. Stop fucking complain. Like, everybody who says, oh, after season 10, it just went right down. I'm like, no, it fucking didn't.
Great.
It fucking didn't. It just kind of changed as a show. It is a different fucking show. The Simpsons has been on for 28 fucking years. It can't be the same consistent show for 28 years.
Yeah.
SNL has not been the same consistent show for 50 fucking years. What the hell makes you think that The Simpsons is going to be the same thing?
It changed when Dana Gould left. He was the head writer, right, for a while.
For a while.
For like the main, for like
In
the ones
the
everyone
middle
was
chunk,
like,
it's like it. Yeah. For the ones that everybody starts complaining about is.
It's great. I've watched the past season on Hulu, and it was
great.
fantastic.
It's so good.
I haven't watched it in a while.
That's what I think most people do. They don't watch it, and then they say
I
it
think
sucks.
Because
people
they're-
confuse having like a show that's been on that long. It's gonna have ups and downs, and there's gonna be a period that's better than other periods, and that's different than this show sucks now.
Yes, and
it's just like you said, a different show. And
Yeah. I also feel like a lot of people think, and they kind of just lump it together, maybe like not through their own fault, but because Family Guy's not the good, which also unpopular opinion. Family Guy's a fine show too. I have no fucking.
It's all right.
It's a fine show.
It's a roller. It's a roller. Like I laugh during episodes of Family Guy and when I'm done with it, I'm like,
Yeah.
Their Star Wars episodes are great.
Oh, they're so good. But Simpsons episodes still have a lot of like gravitas to them. They're still so good. Like there's some episodes, and the stories, are they outlandish and sometimes a little repetitive now? Sure, but again,
it's a cartoon.
28 fucking years.
Did you see the Simpsons Family Guy?
Oh, I loved it.
It was
I
great.
loved it.
They did a crossover and it was fantastic.
Loved it.
I did not see it.
I think you can see it on
It's
Netflix.
I was gonna say, yeah,
Family
it's on
Guy.
Netflix. It's the first two episodes of the 13th season
of Family Guy.
Remember the Simpsons Family Guy crossover where they had the scrolling ad at the bottom and someone
that was
from
fun.
Yeah.
Family Guy like fucking raped Marge?
Yeah, like assault.
That was
Marge,
silly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was intense.
But back to what I was saying about the Simpsons. I'm just tired of that complaint. It's a tired to me.
weak.
It's one of those like get a fucking personality and like come up with your own. A bit like it's
hipstery.
It's very hipstery to say like, well, it was only good when Conan was the writer. It's like, no. I think what happens is like, while it's on for so long, I will say that it doesn't have the same luster as seasons 2 through 7, 8, because those are, you look at those seasons, you look at all the episodes, you're like, wow, hit. Every single one of them was an astronomically good episode. And there are some, I'm not going to say every single newer episode of The Simpsons is gold, because no television show's episodes are all, well, maybe with the exception of, like a Rick and Morty or something, like every episode of that is, but also only been on for 2 seasons. We'll see what happens. We'll see how long it runs. It might have one of those that takes a tiny little dip in comparison to like all the other ones. It's like, it's never gonna, to me, it's like it's never gonna be as beautifully emotionally wrecking as Lisa's Substitute, but that doesn't mean that there aren't other.
But that was like even earlier, right? That was like season 3,
season
right?
2 or 3. Yeah. But I'm saying like there's still gonna be those beautiful emotional episodes. Like that doesn't take away from
brilliant jokes.
Yeah.
Like really, really good jokes.
It's still very, very funny. Did you see the one where it was like Patton Oswalt played like a hipster couple moved in next door?
I don't
on
know
the
if I
other
did.
side of The Simpsons, and like it's Homer and Marge like try to be like cool. Like Homer's like so into his whole like the crap, like he gets into Patton Oswalt's like all Portland hipster. And it's like the two of them, and they have like then they have a kid. They're raising all hipstery. I think the whole thing, the whole inciting incident is that Marge doesn't breastfeed Maggie. That she like that's the whole like, oh my God, you give your baby formula? Like that's the whole that's the big why the families can't see each other all of a sudden.
Yeah, I'm glad you say that, because I always feel like when people say Simpsons hasn't been good for 10 or 15 years,
Shut
I'm
the
always
fuck
like,
up. You haven't watched
you
The
just
Simpsons
haven't watched
in 10
it.
to 15
yeah.
years.
And you know what was? Hey, you know when Simpsons was better? When I watched it when I was younger. Yeah, it's like fuckface. That's how it goes.
Hey, guess what? You know when I was watching The Simpsons, like when I was younger, was well, I mean, it's that season's like 10 to like, because I was seeing those when they were new.
Wow.
I will say, like, I saw all of those older ones when they would play them at like
Tracy
7 or
Ullman show.
Just out of the package here. Yeah.
I will tell you, The Simpsons is 1 year older than me. Like that's how I always know. That's how I'm
Born
always
what, 89?
90. So Simpsons
They
officially
premiered
started
in '88 in the Tracy Ullman show.
Well,
right?
the official
Something like
start
that.
of the Simpsons like television show was the Christmas special in 1989. Like that's the official beginning of
I have that book.
That's how I'll always know how old The Simpsons is, because it's 1 year older than me. That's how I'm always going to know that. But like, I would watch them new. I viscerally remember.
Yeah, that first season isn't great either.
Like
No.
I was young watching them new, like seasons 5, 6. Like I've been watching The Simpsons with my dad since I was a little kid. But the ones that I'm like, that formed what I find as funny was when I was like, 10 to 14 years old. Was the dip in where the Dana
Right.
Gould years was when I was forming my opinion on comedy and why are certain things funny to me.
Yeah. Right. Another thing that I guess I'll spit one out.
Yeah,
Spit
take
it
the
out.
reins.
The one thing that I feel passionately about that I think is also kind of a hipstery thing that people just say out of reflex without really having too much to back it up is the British version is always better than the American version. That is not...
I will say it's sometimes.
Well, of course it's sometimes better, but sometimes the American version is better. That's the thing. Is it's such like
What's your case in point for that?
well, The Office for one.
Okay.
Anyone who pretends the British Office is better than the American
not.
Office is out of their
with ya.
fucking mind.
I'm with you.
For one thing, there's like 2 seasons,
It's
like,
2 seasons, 2 series.
2
and
series.
they're all, like
series.
6 or 7 episodes
Yeah.
a piece.
Yeah.
Like every British show. where
That being
they're-
said, The Office.
they're
went-
like, here's 6 episodes. We'll be
Went way
back
too
with
long.
season
I'm with
2 6 years from now.
Yeah.
It's so inconsistent.
But with that said, I can think of the reverse on that. Like Skins was terrible. The U.S. Skins, terrible. The U.S. version, the Great American Bake Off, not as good as the Great British Bake
The
Off.
British version of Shameless is garbage. You ever watch that?
Being Human, I'd put
And
them
even if
about
it's
even.
not garbage,
put Being Human about even.
The British version of Shameless is infinitely less enjoyable than the American version.
I tried watching Space.
Death at a Funeral.
Did you ever watch?
Wasn't that a British movie?
Oh, the movie remakes. Side note: I hate when people complain about an Americanized version of
Yes.
a foreign
Me
film.
too,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
also,
Fuck
but also,
off.
but I'm not complaining. I'm
Here
just
it comes.
saying like that's the American version of that movie is a bad movie. Like
So
I'm not.
bad movies get made. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
no, I'm not complaining that
Yeah.
it happened. I'm just saying that the British one's better. Like I'm not complaining that it's there. It's there. What am I going to do? I'm not.
Yeah, that's always where it's just like, the Finnish version of Let the Right One In is so much better. It's like, yeah, you know what else it isn't in? English.
Yeah. Like a movie that I think of when people talk about movies getting Americanized is what was the John Cusack movie? Is it High Fidelity?
High Fidelity, yeah.
That the only difference between the book and that movie is that the book takes place in England. Everything else, if you read that book, it's not that different.
You know what's better American? The Ring,
Yeah.
and The
Yeah.
Grudge. Both of those movies are far superior because the Japanese ones don't. And this is coming like I enjoy foreign horror.
Yeah.
They don't make any fucking sense.
Well, you know
Right.
why is because there's a lot of implication in Japanese culture that Americans don't
Yes, that
have
they don't-
about
yes,
that
yes.
whole thing. That
Right.
I just watched a documentary about this.
Which one?
Why horror?
Why? Ooh, oh my God, what's that on? I feel like
I
I've
think
heard.
it's on Hulu.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say I feel like I've seen that title pop up somewhere.
Yeah, I have
I mean,
to.
it's not fantastic, but there's a lot of information on it. Although I will say one of my favorite horror documentaries is the Never Sleep Again, the 4-hour,
the 4-hour fucking
Nightmare on Elm Street documentary.
Oh, I haven't seen
so
it yet.
good.
good. It's so
It's
good.
I
great
need to
because you
watch
can
it.
stop it. It gives you like half-hour increments that you can stop it.
Yeah.
because it
Yeah, I
covers
need to watch it.
the first. It's an hour to the first one, then half an hour on
All the
all
way,
the
yeah,
other
yeah.
ones, and it's so good.
Did you ever see? I think it's called the
Ian
American-
McClendon says Death at a Funeral was a white British version of a black American movie.
No, it was absolutely fucking not. It was absolutely fucking not. I guess I've owned the I
Sorry, that's
owned the
Intensity Eagle.
DVD of Death at a Funeral when the American one came out, and I went, "Oh, that movie that I saw 4 years ago. Oh, that's interesting. Looks like the only carryover person that they had. I think it was. I want to say." I think it was fucking Peter Dinklage was in both versions of that movie because I know the original one because the original one had what's
think
his
you're thinking
fucking
of
name
Elf.
from Firefly. What's his name from Firefly?
Why are you poking your forehead?
Because I can't think of his
What is this?
fucking
What
name.
is that? I'm glad we got that on camera.
Oh fuck! What is his name?
If we all do
Alan
it,
Tudyk. Alan
Oh.
Tudyk is in the original one. I'm telling you, don't come for me on that shit. Absolutely not. And I also know because one of my favorite playwrights directed the American version, Neil LaBute, and I was so fucking disappointed of how bad that movie was because someone I really like worked on that. I really enjoy his work. I was like, oh, this might be pretty enjoyable. Garbage.
Yeah, I'm feeling
Don't.
that way about
Absolutely
Jason
not.
Statham movies.
Ooh, I got heated.
Yeah.
Don't debate me on facts. Opinions, we can have a nice discussion about it. Facts.
Hi, Unpopular.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
that was a fun rant.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. I wouldn't have read the comment if I didn't want you to react to it. I
so
also
glad
wanted
you
you to
did.
clarify because I've never actually seen the movie.
I'm with you on the whole. Like, there is so much of a, and it is very sort of like stereotypically hipsterish when people are like, the British version was better. I got
Yeah.
it on Region 4 DVD when I was abroad, and I brought it over here and introduced it to all my friends, and so that means it's better made and better written.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's not fuckface. It just means you saw it.
Yeah. And a lot of times that like I've known people who spent time in England, so like or lived there for a while, and once that happens, everything the British version is better.
Oh,
and
my
it's
God.
so
Once you get it-
obnoxious.
I
It's
will
like,
say
just-
the only.
I can't say anything out loud about that just in case it comes back to bite me.
I like that the British kind of just know when to end a show.
But
they know when a show's
The,
done.
the Office ended too. It should have ended at Jim and Pam's wedding. That
Bam.
should have been the
I'm with
final.
you.
That should have been
Yeah,
the
100
curtain,
150.
the end.
But it also
100%.
but
I don't fault anybody for wanting to
And
make
at
millions
the-
of more
I was
dollars.
gonna
I'm just
say,
saying
yeah.
artistically, that's when it should have.
It's
been.
but at
that
what point
or-
was Jim and Pam's wedding?
Five.
There was like
season 5 or
there
6,
was like
something
a
like
there
that.
was like a season and a half afterwards.
Okay, so that's
It wasn't
that's kind
that
of a
much,
like
but it
almost
really-
almost every show.
No,
Well,
they
not
got
almost
married
every,
like halfway
but
through the series. There was a series
No,
and
it
a
wasn't
half
halfway.
after.
no, it was
No, there was like a
closer to the
series and a
end.
half after Michael left the company. That's what happened.
And it
Like,
really
that's when,
limped.
That was when I was gonna say it. That's when it should
The
have
James
ended.
Spader-
The final. No, because Jim and
Yeah,
Pam
see,
got
I
married,
I
and
fuck
then
with the James Spader seasons.
It was
Who's
like
mad at
limp.
James Spader?
Because-
He's so great.
I
And
like James Spader, but I thought that's the end of The Office limped a lot. It just limped.
yeah, because those mid seasons are not terrible. Because I mean, Zach Woods, Ellie Kemper, they're fucking great.
Yeah,
Like,
but it.
I loved Zach. I really enjoyed Zach Woods on The Office. Like, I really, really, really enjoyed him. And any Kathy Bates episode, that was fun for me. Like, anytime
Bates
she
is
popped
fantastic.
up, she gives so much credibility to everything that she's in. She's the only reason I still watch American Horror Story, where I'm like, just give me more Kathy Bates. If it's this vehicle, if it's no longer the vehicle for Jessica Lange and it's the vehicle for Kathy Bates, I'm fucking fine with that.
We have a correction from Ian McClendon. He says it was he wasn't saying it was before. He was just saying what one version was compared to the other. So sorry about that. He was just saying that Death of the Funeral was a white British version versus a black American movie.
Yeah.
So now,
yeah. So you hate black
now
people.
I get
No,
why
but
you
it
don't
was-
like
oh,
it.
yeah,
Okay,
because
yeah.
you really don't like black people. I get it.
Hey,
Okay.
it had Danny Glover
Wow,
and
speaking
Tracy
of
Morgan.
Wow,
Unpopular-
he says he hates Danny Glover
yeah.
and Tracy Morgan. Wow,
Wow.
What'd you feel
This
about the
really
Wiz?
is an
Wait,
Did you write your
unpopular opinion.
congressman about
Tangent.
the Wiz?
Tangent, did you watch Tracy Morgan's new special?
Yeah, I thought it was garbage.
Yeah, I didn't
Did you?
watch it because I
I'm-
assume it's garbage.
I watched it and I'm like, this is like a Make-A-Wish. Like,
I
get
was-
it. You
I
were in a
spent-
coma.
I spent 30 minutes going, good for him, and then I just turned it
That's
off. Like,
exactly. I
I
literally.
was like, really good for him. I was really happy to see him up and move. Like, I'm very, very happy because I love Tracy Morgan. I love 30 Rock. That is like one of my favorite shows. I'm very happy to see he's
but
alive.
you gotta eat the booty, and it's like, oh god. It's really not good, and I
I down and spoke to God, and he said, "Go tell your grandma, shut the fuck up."
I want
good joke.
By the
It
way,
is a good joke.
I
Great
want
joke.
I want every stand-up special to be good. I want stand-up to be the highest quality. So whenever I see a bad stand-up special, I don't like everyone.
Ooh, and
why does
Netflix
everyone
is
think
churning
comics
them out.
love? Like, the Amy Schumer special was fucking trash. And it's like, why would you want that to be like that? I'm like, I don't want it to be bad.
No.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Amy Schumer, but
I don't
You're
want to
out
see
of your-
any comic fail.
you're
to be
out
honest.
of your
I really
mind if you can't admit her last special was bad.
Don't. New special was great. Norm Macdonald's.
Norm
McDonald's was
Macdonald's
great.
new special
Fucking
is amazing.
unreal. And
Yeah.
and of course Maria. Like, let's be honest,
Maria Bamford's was fun.
That's
That
one
was
of
a fun
that's
special
one of the
to
most
watch.
one of
Yeah.
the most interesting specials I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, so, and of course, like, because that's what she's gonna do with her specials. I assume is like, hey, let's just keep making
Be a
this
fucking weirdo.
weirder
Yeah.
and more out there because, like, it's
Yeah.
it's already a separation. So from seeing it live, so let's just make it weird.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's
Good
really fun.
times.
Berbiglia's new one is great too.
I haven't seen that one
Yeah,
yet.
it's really great.
It's really good.
Anyway,
What? How far in are we? Almost an hour. Should we go through?
Oh, shit.
Jeff, you got a big one you want to
See,
go
I was gonna,
through.
I was gonna do that, but I wanted to do something a little more pop culture and fun.
Okay.
And then I'm just like, fuck it. I think body positivity is gonna cause massive physical problems from the youth and going on. I think it's gonna create I think. I'm not 100% like I'm not for fat shaming or anything like that, but I feel like the body positivity movement, the way it's been pushed, like not everybody is perfect, and people are going to eat themselves to heart attacks.
now what I'm also gonna say, okay, like, I understand where you're coming from on this, but also body positivity movement is not just about
It's not.
weight. It's about
agree.
like scars and getting burned. I got burned
that's
on.
not the thing I'm talking
I know,
about, Joe.
but
so
I know,
addressing
I know.
that
I'm just
is not the point.
it's for the people that are listening
yes.
to it
Okay.
that are.
Agreed.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I understand
That's
what
not
we're
all.
saying.
Okay, so we'll take that part off the table.
Yes, let's
scars
separate
And if you're
this.
missing a finger or like, it's fine.
But even
That's
then,
not what I'm
is the
talking
point
about.
of it really don't ever exercise, don't ever better
I don't
yourself,
think
or
so.
or
I
is
think
it
it's
more
the-
don't feel
and don't hate
terrible?
yourself.
Yeah, don't hate yourself because
feel
you're
like
in
a-
this. Well, no, let me finish. It's
all right.
There's a difference between saying don't hate yourself because you're in a bad spot. You can get yourself out of it. You can, like, there's a difference between just saying you're fine, stay the way you are forever, and saying you're fine, you shouldn't feel shitty about yourself. But, like, there's a difference between promoting health and promoting a negative self-image, and I don't think you have to. I don't think the two have to be mutually exclusive.
But I think it's starting to warp more towards that, and it's getting, I think, co-opted in a somehow negative way. I'm not against people being okay with who they are, but I feel, and maybe this is me coming off from what I used to be versus where I am now. If that movement hit when I was younger, I would still be obese. I know for a fact I would be, and I feel like that's going to influence a lot of children, especially in the video game age, to not pursue physical betterment because they're being told that everything is fine the way it is. It's why it's unpopular.
But that's
I
not
get it.
That's not the
But
point of it.
I
They're not
know
saying everything is fine
so
the way
many
it is.
It doesn't
people-
have to be the point of
But
it,
Jeff,
while it can still be a byproduct of it.
I am compared, like, I am younger than you. I am part of a younger generation that is very much up in with this body positivity movement, and I can tell you that, like, I know a lot of people who have gone, like, from being obese and have lost a lot of weight, but were always, like, proud of their body, that were like, I'm not gonna let
I don't
anybody
agree with that at all. That's
tell
just ridiculous.
me that I'm horrible. Like, I'm doing this for myself and for
you
nobody
should tell
else.
yourself that you're horrible to fix the problems. Look, what it comes down to though is like when it like the motivation, like by removing the idea of external motivation, and that comes to a lot of guys that are like, why can't I get a girl? Why can't I get a girl? Oh, you say you like nice guys, and it's like fucking.
Yeah, but that is also a lot more than them just being fat. Like,
because
that's
for
a
one
personality
thing,
flaw.
that's not all fat dudes who say shit that.
It's not.
I know a lot of people in way better shape than
dudes
me.
with ponytails.
Yeah, it's dudes with ponytails. It's like that.
They are the worst, aren't they?
They really are.
Like it's not like it's not just fat dudes who say that,
No,
and it's not.
I know, but like
just
I said,
body type that women go for. Like, I mean,
I'm
fat, but I've done a lot of fucking in my day.
I know. Yeah, you have.
And I fucked a lot of fat guys.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that was great.
There it is.
That was very sexual.
So much.
Did you fuck Adam? Is that what you're saying?
Hey,
nice.
Edit that out,
Wow.
Brett.
Edit it.
Wow.
Keep it in,
Get it
Brett.
out of there.
Keep it in, Brett. And sometimes Joe, apparently.
And sometimes at the same time.
Whoa!
Sound effects!
Oh! Making things happen.
We really are.
No, I'm saying it's a byproduct. I'm not saying it's the goal. I'm not saying that body positivity is a negative thing, and I'm not saying that the goal of it is to create complacency. But I will say is I do feel like there is going to be a byproduct that is going to be a lead to unhealthiness.
But there's always gonna be fucking complacency. You know, like that's nothing new. It's the whole where we know more about these things now because of the internet and because everybody has a fucking voice. There have been people that are, no matter what, are always going to be complacent.
Agreed.
No matter what.
But the complacency of somebody in, say, the 1970s or the 1980s, where they have less, where they're not as tied to a chair as they are now.
Like I said, that have lost the weight, even with everybody being like, you're beautiful no matter what. She's like, I know I'm gorgeous, but I want to feel...
Yeah.
It's that thing of like, if you feel healthy, like if you feel okay, then be positive about your body.
I will also add this. If somebody on Facebook or whatever says, I'm going to the gym, I need to lose weight. If you're one of those people that leaves a comment that goes, you don't have to do that, you're great just the way you are a bad person.
I mean, I usually will be like,
Yeah,
still
that's
hot
not
as
great.
I'll be like, you're still hot as fuck. Go for it. I'm proud of you.
I'm always just
I'm like, I don't give a fuck. People go to the gym every day.
Yeah, no, but it's that thing of when people start their like I have a friend that recently is starting a weight loss journey.
It's like,
and
congratulations
I
on
wanted
the
to give
journey.
him that like kick of being like, hey man, like just so you know, to me, you still look good, but so fucking proud of you, and I hope you do it because it was a spring. The weight he's at now is a spring back from he was big, then got thin, now he's big again.
Yeah.
So
it's a journey.
So that's why I'm like you've got this because you've done it before, but no, like that, and the person that liked it was his wife. You know what I mean? That liked the guy. She was like, I'm with you. Like I'm proud of him, but like he's always gonna be gorgeous, and I just want that. That's the thing is like. I always want any of my bigger friends that don't feel good about themselves, where I'm like, you should feel good about yourself. If the thing you're feeling bad about is not your health, but just about the size of your body, you know, if you still feel good on the inside, then it's like.
Well, then I feel like you don't even really need that movement if you already are body positive.
But that's the thing is like there are people who it's people with I don't want to say with thin skin because that's not right because
you don't have to like overly censor yourself. Like you can say
no. I'm trying to find the word where like.
By the way, I was just going to do a thing about the prequels. It was the Star Wars prequels. I was like going to to that.
Wow,
before
I feel like that could have
fucking...
gotten so much more heated. Though.
Right?
Fucking fat ass prequels.
You fucking fat bitch, Anakin. With these stupid fat fucking cheeks. Hitting on a girl 8 years older, your senior. Cut the shit, you
fucking
horny.
Apple-cheeked goon.
I was going to say the Star Wars prequels are excellent action movies for kids. That they're great action movies. That's what I was going to say.
We'll just leave that as it is.
Right?
I'll let you. because I fought just so hard on body positivity, I'll just let you have.
And by the way, I despise the prequels.
I
despise
don't
them.
doubt that for a second, because you're a person with eyes. You're an adult human man with eyes and a brain. So.
I do see it a problem, and I do see.
Because I loved them when I was a kid. When I saw episode
See,
one, I saw episode one when I was okay. I'm sorry.
You were
I'm gonna
9.
do this to you. Was it 1999?
Yes.
Yes. So I was 9.
May of 1999.
Yeah. So I was 9. I fucking loved it when I was 9. Hated it when I was like 19, but when I was 9, I was like, this is the fucking best movie I've ever seen.
I was in shock after I saw the first one so much that I liked it, and then I saw it a couple more times, and I was like, oh,
I genuinely
man, fuck
went.
this movie.
I saw Revenge of the Sith like 5 times in theaters.
Revenge of the Sith is a
I saw
fine
it
enough
twice,
movie.
3 times opening day. I went first show. I skipped school. I went first
I went to
showing
the
in the
midnight
morning.
show when I was a teacher. One of my students was
dope.
there too.
Dope. I did. I hung out with the school in middle school. Fucking the school secretary, like she was one of my best friends, and she ended up like joining us to go see. I think it was like Harry Potter 3 or something.
There it is.
Like the what?
What? I was saying, yeah, Harry Potter 3.
Yeah.
Azkaban.
Yeah, Azkaban.
I feel like we should just rattle off some of our unpopular opinions without even discussing them.
Oh, that'd be funny.
It's because we're running out of time, right? I know it looked like you were bringing up comments.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get to comments in a second. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm fine with rattling a few off.
I
Suicide Squad. Pretty good movie.
I literally just watched it before I came over here.
It's not bad.
I still haven't
Fine.
seen it.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's not. It's not
a fun action movie.
People really overreacted to how bad it was. I didn't think it was that bad.
It's the best of the DC EU movies that have come out so far.
Yeah.
It's better than Batman vs Superman. It's better than Man of Steel.
I'll drop one really quick. Give me more horror movie reboots. Give me more.
Yep.
I want to see these stories. Keep doing it until you get it right. I don't care how many it takes.
Horror is a thing where the effects are going to keep progressing.
Keep giving me Halloween movies. Keep fucking churning them out. Keep remaking this shit. Remake Prom Night until it's good.
Remake
Make that shit happen.
They need to remake Friday the 13th again, because I saw that remake and I was like, I don't like this at all.
Oh, well, that's also an unpopular opinion of mine. I fucking love that
movie. Did you? With Jared Padalecki or whatever?
Fucking love that
was
movie.
a CW cast across the board, too.
It was a fun motherfucking movie.
All right. Blues Brothers, Goonies, and Christmas Story are all trash.
I'll give you Blues Brothers. I'll give you Christmas Story. I'll give you 2/3 of the Goonies.
Nah, I'm good with all of it.
Goonies was made for me, and I fucking hate it.
I'll give you 2/3 of the Goonies.
I was the
there are moments of
demographic
that I
for the
still
Goonies
really
stuff.
enjoy. But
I don't. Do we have any more?
Yeah, you have another one.
oh
right?
yeah, I've got one more. I've got
Well, Sucker Punch we have.
Oh yeah, we have. Well, that's one we share. That
Yes,
we both
me and
enjoy
Joe
Sucker Punch.
Very much enjoy Sucker Punch.
I just haven't. I haven't watched it yet.
a fine
I just
movie.
never
There is
bothered.
at Blast from the Past. There is a Sucker Punch like statue, and it's like $300 though.
It's gorgeous. Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. I've seen
Yeah.
that thing. Yeah, it's by the green room area.
Yep.
It's gorgeous.
I'll drop one more to set the world on fire. I think Disneyland is better than Disney World.
What?
Yep, I grew up on the East Coast. I grew up going to Disney World my whole life, and I like Disneyland. I legitimately grew up twice a year going to Disney World, and I like Disneyland more.
Wow, there it is.
I can deal with that.
I would probably rather listen to an album than a live performance.
Ooh,
Yes.
I feel you on
I
that
would too. Yeah. Carl's Jr. is better than In-N-Out.
Yeah, it is. Breakfast burger all
Now,
day, by the
right?
way.
I have a personal thing with Carl's Jr. They have gotten my order wrong
And it was still delicious.
so many times. No, because no, it wasn't. No, because when I order a chicken sandwich, I want a fucking chicken sandwich, not a fucking burger.
What are you doing,
They have literally given
They
me
corrected
burgers.
the problem.
No.
You made a problem. You ordered chicken
Their
at Carl's Jr.
Bacon
for some
Swiss
reason.
crispy chicken sandwich is fucking dope. It is dope.
You got to try their breakfast burger though.
I can't deal with breakfast burgers. I can't. I'm not a fan of eggs.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
not a fan of eggs.
Whoa!
I've tried. I know. You're an egg man, but hey, I don't want to take eggs.
Cuckoo-ca-choo,
More
motherfucker.
eggs for you. That's more eggs for you.
We have a pretty infinite amount of eggs out here.
Like go for it. I'm good.
I will.
I'm good. It's a texture thing.
That's a ballsy move.
It's a
That's
texture
on here.
thing.
That's a strong.
Well, okay, actually, wait, no, I don't like eggs in a breakfast context. I like hard-boiled eggs. I do. I enjoy a hard-boiled egg. I enjoy a deviled egg. I enjoy what?
That's the egg you're going with? Is the hard-boiled?
Because I use them a lot in salads and shit. And then I put them in a chicken.
I love
chicken
that
pot
it took
pie casserole.
this long and
That's
this
the thing.
topic
That's
for the
the thing.
No,
podcast to
I have-
actually
Son
get
of a-
contentious.
No, I love hard-boiled eggs and chicken pot pie casserole. Like that's really good.
What? What?
What?
What?
It's a thing. That I
Wait, say
make.
that sentence
I
over.
like using hard-boiled eggs like as one of the mix-ins for a chicken pot pie casserole.
What is chicken pot pie
Is
casserole?
that just a chicken pot pie?
No, it's basically all the things in a chicken pot pie,
In
but
a lasagna
in a
pan.
Wait, but you use like Bisquick like to make the thing, and it goes all around it and in it, so it's like this kind of like more of like
Oh.
a soft
And
like
you're
buttery
like-
bread pudding.
And you're like, I need hard-boiled eggs hot in here.
You fucking crumble them up.
Hard-boiled eggs.
You
in
crumble
here.
them up. Fucking cook them.
Yeah.
You crumble them.
Yeah, that's good. That's
Wow.
good.
Should we get to
You've never
comments?
had it. You've never fucking had it.
You're right.
It
and
is-
I never will, Joe. I never will.
Well,
Let me tell you about how do you prepare eggs.
hey, popular opinion.
12 eggs, fry them, and then you eat them.
Hey, popular opinion. Everyone who's had my chicken pot pie casserole has loved my chicken pot pie casserole.
But are the
Has
eggs like on the
directly-
side?
It's not a star of the dish. It's like the peas or the carrots. It's just one of
I
the
love
things
peas.
that's
Eggs.
in there.
It sounds like a recipe from the 70s. In
It
one of
is
those
like a
ugly
recipe.
books.
It is. I swear to. Okay, it is a Paula Deen recipe.
Here's
and I
some
love
deviled eggs with
It's a-
orange gelatin. in
It's
them.
a Paula Deen
Come on,
recipe.
70s.
It's a Paula Deen signature.
Nice.
It's great.
All right.
Let's do comments.
Yeah, let's get to the comments quick because we have to do another one of these in a few minutes.
Oh my God.
You know, it's a big world out there.
Oh.
It's easy to feel like the things you say don't even matter. And I want you to know that's not true. Jeff, quit mimicking what I'm saying to the camera. God damn it.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, that's why we call this segment Your Voice Matters.
Oh wow.
Where we read your stupid fucking comments from the past few shows and respond to them personally.
Personally.
Fade it out, Brett. Thanks. You doing all right over there, Joe?
I'm doing
It's
great.
your first time on this
Are you
podcast?
I'm
Joe
doing
Kaye?
great. I am Jonah.
Took long enough for that dumb joke.
Someone made it in the comments about 45 minutes ago. Just
Wow, you're just as funny as our commenters, Jeff.
Wow, I don't even need to be here.
Let's read some.
You looked, you're like, right?
I was like,
He
right,
I'm
right.
not.
I'm not doing it.
What happened?
I looked at you to play a sound effect.
Oh.
And then I failed.
We'll be fine. We're powering on.
We're doing great.
So
Let's read some comments from the Patreon. This is regarding last week's episode called Memory Lane.
the marathon show.
Yeah, it was an hour and a half long. We talked to Tony Scalzo from the band Fastball.
From Fastball?
So I don't know if we'll find it in here, but someone said in the comments a couple weeks ago that my Chet Wild is better than yours.
Wow, look at that.
How about that?
Wow. That was.
Me and
saw
Jeff
it
are going to
here.
hold hands the rest of the podcast.
Yeah,
that
that's
is
good
just.
stuff.
That was so full of finesse and grace and.
Well, I was going to do the fist bump, and then I was like, wait, high fives make sound.
Yeah.
And then I realized
We should have just smashed fists.
explode this whole thing.
Okay. Let's read some of the comments. We have Dan Carr says, I get the being shot thing. I think it comes from 80s and 90s action movies where the hero gets shot but saves the day and just limps off the injury.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling him, man. I want to get shot.
Jeff said on the last podcast, he just one time.
It's like everybody doesn't have a getting shot fantasy
Getting
where
shot
they
fantasy?
like get shot and still like save the day kind of a thing.
I
like,
guess so. I
grew
guess.
up
I
on
mean, I
Die
don't
Hard,
want that to
motherfucker,
happen,
like-
but I've had like the daydream of it happening. We've all played action movie as a
right?
kid.
Yeah, I think so.
Ah, my
Oh,
leg.
this
This-
was. Go ahead.
Do you want to read it?
I was going to say this was. I got a lot of stuff where I would mention like the nerdy podcast.
People want you to do a nerd podcast, Jeff.
So genocide.
genocide.
Genocide
There it is.
says,
Yep.
why doesn't Jeff May's podcast have both nerd stuff and history lessons? Maybe alternate between episodes. One's a nerd thing, then a history lesson. Or maybe make one a segment that kind of gets tacked on at the end. You can even alternate so it'd be like misty nerd stuff with a small history lesson. Mostly, I'm guessing you went. Then an episode that's mostly a history lesson with a nerd thing. Nah, I don't want to do that. That seems like a lot of work. I can't do that. not planning out like
Shut
that. You're gonna
down.
get one or the other. Like that's plus the demographics. Like you're alienating a big chunk of your possible demographic by switching the format of your.
Yeah.
Every week it's a different style format. Like
that would be rough to pull off, and a whole lot of research.
yeah, it would be like when there was the Zelda cartoon every Friday. Whereas the Mario cartoon was Monday through Thursday, and it's like I don't want to wait every Friday for the Zelda cartoon. Just give me the fucking Zelda cartoon.
Yeah. What else do we got? Bailey Allegretti says, Chet and I have so much in common. Went to college in Alfred, New York. Love the Buffalo Bills. Both drive Pontiac vibes. Interesting.
Do you miss your vibe?
Oh, I
miss
wasn't going
mine.
to read the rest because
No one
Chet's
makes
not
the
here.
car that size anymore. I like how it's like, hey, me and Chet have a lot of things in common. Upstate New York. That's it. Just upstate New York. That's what we have.
They drove Pontiac vibe?
Of course you like the Bills. It's the vibe and upstate New York. That's the only car you can get in upstate New York, by the way.
It's the only one.
The
they
official
like to
car.
have.
It's the official car of other New York.
Luis Benitez says, such a fun episode. I must admit that I hadn't been listening to Unpops too long before it went indie, so when I heard that the crack guys wouldn't be on anymore, I didn't think it would be as good without them. Motherfucker. I was so wrong. Yeah, you were.
wrong.
This is my podcast, goddammit.
Yeah.
All of the Unpops co-hosts are the funniest people in comedy. This network is really special. Also, shout out to Jeff's brief yet extremely funny impression of Howard Stern.
Yeah, that's right. Show us your breasts.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's right. Oh my god, your comment's so hot. Oh, you know what I do to that comment? I bang it on this table right here. Look at your ass. You know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna smell your ass after this.
Good times.
I love impressions. I love good ones. I love bad ones.
You know what?
That was excellent.
That could be either. You never know.
I fucking love that.
Oil and water host combo, Vanessa and Raquel. That would be nuts. However, I wouldn't be surprised if they're good friends in real life. Why would Vanessa and Raquel be a weird combo?
Vanessa is manic, and Raquel is very
Oh,
opposite
yeah.
of that. Like Vanessa doesn't breathe for an
Is
hour.
Vanessa manic?
Vanessa doesn't breathe.
That's
for an
Vanessa
hour.
on every
Yeah.
podcast.
Whereas Raquel likes sort of really likes structure. And when things get unstructured, everything goes all willy-nilly.
Oh,
I don't know if you've ever been on an episode of the Monday Show.
I have not. I don't listen to that show.
Yeah.
Whoa. Octoblogetti says, I feel like Chet should get his own fastball update podcast. I feel like even when given a lot of time on a podcast, he still has more to say.
I actually don't disagree with that.
I mean, maybe, but
Takes up a lot of
no, it doesn't.
least anticipated.
No, it doesn't. We talk about it maybe 5 minutes on each episode.
Did you cover Becoming Bond?
Hour-long
Oh,
podcast.
okay. Did you cover Becoming Bond on least anticipated?
I think we did a
Okay.
couple weeks
I don't
ago.
know if I
yeah.
heard that yet, but
I'm pretty sure we did.
it's great.
Yeah, I want to watch it.
So good.
I've heard good things. All right, we might as well. Oh, whatever happened to Pants?
Jenna
Are they okay?
Side says, whatever happened to Pants? Are they okay? She is now living with Raquel and I and Cat Jeff. And Pants loves it and is totally go with the flow. And Cat Jeff wants to murder everybody in the house, is very unhappy, and has
Oh,
destroyed my arm today.
Kitty.
She does not like it. It's really rough. But Pants is so chill. She's just like, oh, I live here now? That's cool.
The best cat name ever. Ever.
What, Pants or Cat or Cat Jeff?
Honestly, both, but like
Both are
Pants.
pretty
Pants is so good.
Isn't it? Because she doesn't have a tail. So it looks like she's wearing little pants.
Little Pants Kitty.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she's the cutest thing on the planet. She's so cute.
She really is. All right, we should get out of here. We have to record another one of these in 23 minutes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, do we have anything to plug before we get out of here?
You guys can find Mint on Card the second Friday of every month at Blast from the Past on Magnolia in Burbank. Show starts at 7. We always get fantastic comics on there. I'm not sure when this is going up, so I'm not going to throw any lineups. We just
Yeah, yeah.
It's just
Well, it'll be up in time for the next Mint
June
on Card.
6th.
June 9th.
Yeah, June 9th. 6-9, get it?
Yeah.
And among the amazing comics that I booked, we officially have Scott Thompson from Kids in the Hall.
Whoa!
I know.
Yo, that's wow.
Yeah.
Holy
it's
shit.
pretty. It's
I gotta come
it
out
was
to hang
very
out of that show.
very
It's-
kismet. It
It's
was
not far from my house. I gotta come.
Yeah,
hang
you
out.
should come. You should come. We'll get you on at some point in time. I'm booked all the way through the fall, but
Well,
I will
we'll-
get you. I will
We'll
get you
talk.
on.
We'll talk
Okay.
about the winter then.
Okay, what else do we got? Go on.
What do you got?
What plug? Oh, you don't have anything else?
If you can donate to Care Rescue LA, if you carerescuela at gmail.com on their PayPal, if you can donate to them, put Unpops in there. That money goes directly towards the cats that we're saving.
Joe.
Yeah, I host a weekly show called Canteen Points at the Good Night. If you're ever in North Hollywood in LA, it's at the Good Night in North Hollywood. It's a fun little weekly show. It starts
show.
at 7:30 every Thursday. Me and one of my best friends, Ian Ager, host that together. We always have fantastic lineups of newer people, and we also, we get some pretty. Jeff's done it. Adam's done it. We get some pretty fucking cool
It's a great
people
show.
on this show.
I sure have.
And then also, I'm going to be putting together a diversity showcase called Drop Dead Gorgeous. Follow me.
Can Adam and I do it?
Can me and Jeff get on that?
Can we do that show?
You know what? It is a diversity of white men. That's exactly what I wanted. I want to
Very
get all
nice.
different
Because
kinds
Jeff's
of white
tall
guys.
and I'm not tall.
I'm very tall.
So-
Yes.
I'm outside of the norms.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll get you guys both on.
And I'm cooler than most
Yeah,
people.
you're brilliant.
Oh,
Yeah, really smart
we need,
guy.
That's what we need. We need cool white guys to really show the diversity of Los Angeles comedy.
I like it.
No, but it's going to be all women, people of color, LGBT comics. Follow me at Joe Charles Kaye on Twitter for updates on that, because I'm putting it all together right now, looking for a fun little bookshop up in the valley to try to do something up there.
Okay.
So yeah,
Books.
yeah,
I'm out.
that's it for me.
Tonight, this I believe goes up June 7th. So tonight I will be at Quincy Johnson's show at the Hollywood Hotel called Hilarity. He has a weekly show at the Hollywood Hotel now, 7 p.m. I'll be at that. And then June 9th, I'll be at the Darkest Hour, West Side Comedy Theater, Santa Monica, 11:30 p.m. Good times. And speaking of shows, be on the lookout. We're announcing some things, I think, soon.
Yeah, we are.
Really
Cool.
fun tour and show related things. All right, that was an awkward dismount.
It's all good.
Let's get the fuck out of here. Joe, say goodbye.
Bye.
Jeff, say goodbye.
You get the Joe K rookie card, everybody. It's a gem mint 10. Look at him.
Goodbye,
Brand new.
Goodbye, everybody. We love you.
Oh wow.
And we'll be back live stream, people, because we're.
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to stop the
Bye.
live stream. We'll
Bye
just-
live stream.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye live stream, Nick.
Look at all of you in the internet. I'm not allowed on there anymore. I'm not allowed on there anymore.
Not since I had my license revoked.
I like how you just ended with a full joke.
Yeah, I'm done.
It was
I
a
gave
good,
up
it was
on
a
that,
good impression, by the way.
What?
It's a good impression.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, get
I'm
in.
gonna charge my phone for a little bit before I.
Right? No, absolutely not. What? He wants to charge his
I'm
little
gonna charge my phone.
He wants to charge his precious little
Charge
phone.
your phone at my place, huh?
Idiot. Yeah.
Made of electricity. Goddamn lawnmower man.
Lawnmower man. Wow. What a.
Let's try to
What
sneak
up?
Lawnmower Man reference.
We should.
What?
Did I tell you? I'll tell you.
They
Yeah,
definitely
someone
are.
actually sent them over from Caitlin, but obviously Caitlin can't eat them, so we just tossed them in there.
No, I didn't. Because I didn't know who sent those.
She knows Caitlin. She knows Caitlin. She said to distribute them. Okay. Yeah.
Distribute them among the masses. Oh, there are no outlets here. I'm looking.
Worse is trying to charge this thing in a fucking car.
Yeah. I don't know if there's one for iPhone, but Abbott has like a what's it called? Like a thing.
Like a
Lay
thing?
it on. Yeah, it charges. But I don't know if Apple has one.
That, the dream. Just
Yeah.
have something like
Right.
that. Fuck, that would be nice.
That's crazy.
It's dumb. It's so dumb and I
Yeah.
hate it.
Yeah. But you really like those offers too. Chat loves them too. And then
Yeah.
I think you guys have that one.
Huh? Chet and I are basically the same person.
Yeah.
No,
What's the episode?
gross.
No,
Jeff
that's
is on
funny.
it. Joe was really funny, and I was pretty good.
Well, something like that. Very nice.
She disagrees. She just doesn't want me to tell you.
No.
It's so much fun. It's like it's on the charge.
What's wrong?
You just get my phone. My phone's shit.
I'm gonna go down and smoke quick.
I can get this thing charging. I will fucking join you. Make this happy, brother. Yeah.
I went to the gym, like had a protein shake, and then stopped and got a double cheeseburger at McDonald's.
So proud.
Extra pickles, extra onions.
Oh yeah.
Gross. We're at double instead of 2 cheeseburgers, or double instead of 2 cheeseburgers with the protein. That's important.
Double hamburger, side salad. Decent meal at McDonald's. You ever had the double hamburger with no cheese?
I like our big ass cheese.
Yeah, I do too, but the double hamburger has a really interesting, it's got like a peppery taste to it, because that cheese on a McDonald's burger is really overpowering.
It does own it.
We should be in front of the camera for this stuff.
Unpopular opinion.
Oh, but you know what,
Okay.
actually, because we're going through the mixer now, you probably can't hear it as well.
Oh.
There we go.
How much to get that fixed, Joe?
I don't know, and I don't want to do it at this point because I know I'm gonna be able to get like an upgrade on my phone sooner or later, like within a couple of months. It's like not even worth spending all the money on repairing the phone if I'm just gonna be getting a new one soon.
You get that insurance.
Use the bathroom.
Okay. Oh man, Weird Science series, you know? You remember that?
No, I haven't seen the series.
It was on, no lie, 5 months.
Really?
I mean, 5 seasons, excuse me.
Oh. Hey, still waiting on our guest.
Yeah, so you get some bonus content.
Bonus. That's
A
pronounced.
boner content.
That's,
Jennifer Fendelander says, "Come to Eugene." Hey, we will.
Like that Sublime lyric.
guy who's loving this eating sounds.
I don't listen to Sublime, so
Yeah, I don't either. I didn't grow up in the Central Valley, so.
I don't know. People that hate on Sublime, I never really
are
got
cool.
it. That Sublime self-titled album, it's pretty good.
Fucking garbage. Just garbage music for garbage people.
But y'all can enjoy the sound of me eating Skittles.
Yeah.
Hello again. I know you're on the phone.
Okay, yeah, we'll send. I'll be down in a second. Thanks, bud.
Oh.
She's in the lobby.
Oh. Looks like you're only having me for another couple of minutes before I gotta dip out of here.
Then you got to
Guess
Joe.
there's not much more Joe Kaye, everybody.
Nope.
Everybody to say goodbye to Joe Kaye.
Does anybody have any questions for this for me?
Does anyone have any Joe questions?
You still got me for a couple of minutes. Does anybody have any questions?
Any questions?
Joe questions. That's spelled with a K.
That's
It's pretty good.
No.
You're going to admit that's pretty good. That's what
Yeah.
you're about to do.
I was.
Our guest is coming.
Yeah. Yeah. Exciting.
Be funny if
Exciting.
when she walks in, we're just like, sorry, we only had the 3 mics, so
You got to go.
Thank you so much for coming.
if you could speak up and sit on the floor. You know what I should do is pull up my notes. I need notes for this one.
No.
Somewhat.
Which
not
one is
really.
this?
We're talking about we're predicting what Trump will
Oh,
do next.
yes. Oh my. God damn it. You are not a good person.
I don't know all of the words, but I'll sing it anyway, because I'm an asshole.
That you are.
How's that for your ear holes?
Oh, that was a good one right there.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was a good swallow, Joe K.
Well, I am. I'm known to
Don't be a hack. Come on. Yo, you know what the worst thing about that tragedy was last night? Not the worst thing. The worst thing was the murders. But so many just very hacky edgelord
I'm done.
jokes.
I'm done.
I think I posted on one and I was like, this is a bad joke. And I was like, and not in a too soon way, in a this is you're
not.
bad at comedy with this joke. Like I was just like,
Yeah.
this is bad.
I just kind of reserve myself in the whole like, okay, guys, kids are dead. Like, let's.
Oh, I'm
Or
like,
not.
I like to be like, you're a piece of shit. You're just a piece of shit.
No, I will
away
usually
with
just
that.
I will just comment going like children are dead, like just being like children are dead. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. Like because that's really if you're gonna read that and still stick by with what you said. If you can read the words children are dead and not be like, oh yeah, well you know what, you are right. Kids are dead and we shouldn't be.
But about my hot take on Ariana Grande.
Hey, how about that hot take that everybody's been saying for 6 years?
Yeah.
Like it's not even a hot take.
Yeah.
Like you
Dishing out them hot takes, them grande takes. What was that jerk off that was like, I thought Ariana Grande was an order at Starbucks?
He's a writer from
What?
Boston.
Oh, fuck that guy.
course it
You know
is.
what's funny is somebody found that he had tweeted that like 5 or 6 times over the past couple of years. It's like, dude, go back and delete the old tweet.
I have a question for you, Jeff, that I actually was been curious about. When you were a teacher, did your students call you Mr. May or Mr. M?
Mr. May.
May, okay.
Imagine shortening a 1-syllable name.
No, well, we
Hanging with
were
Mr. M.
We were laughing. I was like, because all I picture in my brain is just a bunch of like, you know, Boston high school students being like, Mr. M.
No,
Like,
no. It wasn't like where I'm from is actually very different. Like that life, whatever you're picturing, it was actually probably the opposite. Like I wore a suit and tie every day.
Oh, okay.
I had a very, very
can see
well-run
that.
classroom. Like, it was
no,
fun,
I'm not. I don't think
but
that
like you wouldn't think this. Like it was the opposite of what you see.
Oh, okay.
And the town was a very small farming town. Like it was a very rural town, population of 12,000.
Oh, wow.
And like we were far enough away from like Worcester. Like you see some accents and stuff, but most people had a very, very sort of base level Atlantic accent.
Okay.
Nothing that you would think.
Yeah.
Yeah, people always assume it's like, we're in Dorchester. I'm like, I was an hour away.
Yeah.
Like now granted, an hour away is half the state from such a small state. But
Yeah.
it's like it's not the way people picture it. Like it was trees and grass everywhere.
No, I mean it's
Yeah.
kind of the
There's
same.
no trees in Massachusetts.
Well, even
Because
know.
when I say that I grew up in New York City, like people have an automatic idea of what they see in
that's
New York
right.
City. And no, not where I go, because I'm from Staten Island. Like it's that, like it is
Shaolin.
not what you're picturing. Like whatever you're picturing, it's not that. You know, it is
more racist.
So we're just not going to
painfully racially
recognize my Wu-Tang
Oh,
reference.
hello.
No, we know.
Mon Rok, how's it going?
Ladies and
Hello.
gentlemen,
Oh, this is my time to
he's
leave.
got to go.
Okay.
We're kicking
Bye,
him
everybody.
out. Get out of here.
Get out of here,
Get
Joe
out of here.
Kaye.
You're not welcome anymore.
It's good to see you, man.
Joe, always a pleasure.
Hey, thanks for doing it. Yeah, I love you.
You're a wonderful human being and a good person. Oh.
You guys are amazing.
Oh, you're just showing the fans something.
Hi. Fine, get out of here.
I'll see you later. Have a good show.
We will have a good show, Joe.
All right.
All right. We're back. We're live streaming this.
Oh.
How
Yeah.
exciting.
Oh my God.
Well, there's kind of a delay, so now we're just seeing Joe getting up
There
on
you
the
are.
screen. There
Look,
you
it's
go. Hey, look, it's you.
You see somebody in a mask come up behind you. Oh, that's not right.
That would be.
Look at my arms. They look pretty good.
Yeah, they look
great.
good.
Yeah. It's good lighting for that,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Fantastic. We're doing good today. That's rare.
We're knocking it out of the park already.
Yeah, we sure are. Put your headphones on.
Obviously.
There they are. And that's good because Joe got rid of most of his ear mites.
Oh.
Most.
Oh, gross.
Most, not all.
Comedians.
Worse.
Never know what they have.
Disgusting. Hey, talk a little bit. I just want to check your.
Hello.
Very good.
That is the littlest bit you could have done.
And I feel like that's not really your voice. You're like,
I
hello.
know. I never know what to do when, yeah.
Sibilance.
Awkward.
All right. Are we ready?
You know what? I'm ready. We got 9 people watching, ladies and gentlemen.
We do. We don't.
This viewing is for very, very special patrons.
We do a subscription thing, and these people pay extra money to watch this.
That's very sweet.
Isn't it?
Yes.
How nice.
Isn't it?
They're just hoping we say something super duper racist so they can.
What is your name?
My name is Jeff May. Jeff May. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Mon Rok. Lovely to meet you.
It's a pleasure. We got short names.
You sure do. All of us do.
All sorts of one-syllable names over here.
Well, my name it's not
is it?
real. It's made up.
Oh.
Yeah. No one would actually name their child Mon Rok.
That'd be,
Yeah,
I would
I'd
absolutely
at
do
least
that.
Take it under consideration.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks it's some kind of weird Indian name, but it's not.
You're like, it's actually Monday.
Yeah. It's short for Monday Rocks.
I was named after a poster from grade school. Everyone assumes I have a stage name. They always assume Jeff May is a stage name.
It sounds like a stage name.
but
Yeah.
I wouldn't pick Jeff.
It's quick.
Yeah.
That seems like do I really want to be that much of might as well pick Chad.
Do you watch Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt?
You know what? I watched the first season actually on the train when we went on our train
Oh,
tour
yeah.
one time.
In the new season, there's a whole running thread about how stupid the name Jeff is.
I agree.
It's pretty great. All right. Let's get started. Hey, welcome to Unpopular Opinion, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
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 Hey, we're doing it.
Hey.
We did it. Everyone said hey.
I feel like we did it is such a popular thing to say at the beginning of podcasts.
Yeah.
Everyone always says, "Hey guys, we did it."
Yeah. Well, I only say it because the podcast is actually done.
Oh.
So thank you for joining us.
Okay.
We'll,
Okay.
We were just trying to get your real name.
Oh.
That's the whole thing. And we failed, so now we're going to leave.
we are out of here now. This is going to be fun. Mon Rok, how's it going?
Great.
You
Doing
haven't.
very well.
This is your second time on the show?
This is my second time.
Yeah.
It's been what about maybe a year? I can't remember
Yeah.
the last time.
Oh,
I
so
did
you were
it.
at the old office.
Yes.
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 The old office. This isn't really an office.
This is
This
more
is
of
an
an
office.
apartment.
No.
Right.
last-
What?
This is
No, this is
No.
a,
This is a
compound.
Yeah,
This is
breaking the fourth wall there.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no,
Can't-
this is totally
you,
a fucking
You can't
apartment.
see on the screen how that looks like a professional.
It doesn't look bad.
No, it looks great.
No, we're in a
It
studio.
looks like
great.
like a what do they call it when it's like whenever the cooking shows when it's all like the pieces of it all over the plate. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't know where
Edit
that
that
was.
out.
Where
Never
was that
mind.
going? No,
Never mind.
I mean I'm going to leave it in.
I'd rather it be
just
gone.
for historical reasons, but
I had
still-
a thought that was gonna go well, and then the entire thing just crashed and burned like so hard.
that happens.
I'm very impressed with the building, though. You have to check in with 4 different people
Yeah.
to even get in here.
Yeah, I like to keep a distance between me and the rabble.
Yeah.
Yeah, like to have some layers of security. Impenetrable fortress I live in, unless you just stand outside long enough to wait for someone else to come in and follow.
Literally anyone smoking a cigarette will let you in,
Yeah, pretty much. It's very not secure.
Really?
or sometimes
Yeah.
the
I
door
had
is
to,
just
to
unlocked.
park, I had to interact with 3 different people.
Oh, yeah,
It
the
was
parking
very
is a nightmare.
intense.
They're very polite though. The people. In the
Oh, really?
parking
I know
garage,
they
yeah.
are. Filipinos.
Oh wow, was that?
I'm good. I'm good with race.
Sounds like it so far. This is
What
good.
am I?
You would be what?
What?
Yes, that is
What,
correct.
man?
Thank you.
I am a Caucasian.
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 So, Jeff, how's it going?
Things are going.
What have you been up
great.
to lately?
Well,
Tell me about
it. We went down, had a cigarette. I had some Skittles, which
Hit
was
it, Brett.
nice.
You know, the
Oh,
hardest part of the show for me is the first few minutes.
Don't.
Because I spend all that time asking everyone else what they've been up to since last week. And all I really want to talk about is what I've been up to. And that's why we call this segment This Week in Me. It's about to get really intense. Jeff, why do you look so sad? I'll let you finish what you're saying after this. I do it every time. Oh, see, there it is. And now, fade it out, Brett. We do that every week. We cut off Jeff when he starts to talk.
About himself.
It's a tradition. We like to not let Jeff talk on the podcast.
I'm interested in what his week was like.
What was your week like, Jeff?
I got another cat.
Hit it.
Oh, okay. Hit it. Hit the button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pants is a delight, and she is a very, very sweet addition.
So, what is another cat? Is this your 6th cat, or what's
Second.
going
This
on
is the
here?
second. My girlfriend, who's also a co-host on some of the other shows, and I feed a family of stray cats, and then we have been slowly but surely trying to get them adopted, and we have taken in 2 of them.
Oh.
And one of them was not happy about the new one coming in, which is why my arm is covered in all sorts of scratches and claws.
Cats are hard. Do you know the comedian Jade Catapretta?
I don't.
Well, we found these 3 kittens in this plant in her backyard
Of course.
that some stray cat just abandoned. So she raised them.
Aw.
Yeah, but 2 died, unfortunately. But one was saved and now lives with her parents in Charlottesville, Virginia.
Very
Wow,
nice.
did she bring it to Virginia?
Yeah.
Aw.
She shipped it.
Her,
That's how the other 2 died.
Book rate.
In transit to Virginia.
I think she wasn't allowed to have any pets in her place, so she ended up having to find a home for
We
it.
cheated.
Yeah.
We just did the service animal.
Every animal is a service animal.
Yeah, and none of them are actually service animals.
You know what my favorite thing to do, because I have a service animal in quotes, and I get so offended when people ask me what the service is.
Well, that's
because
rude.
it's so rude. Even though nothing's really wrong with me.
And you just want to go, I'm lying.
Yeah, I'm lying. But when people ask, I just say suicide prevention.
Yeah. I'm here
I
to
did that on
prevent
a
this.
plane, and the lady had to sit next to me then for 5 hours. It was so uncomfortable.
That's so great.
Yeah,
Never
that's
ask
really great.
again.
See, I won't
That's the
travel with
best.
them.
You don't. Yeah.
No.
Because
like,
you can't travel with
no,
cats. That's weird.
I believe. Well, but like even if it was a dog, like people have allergies. Like I'm not going to be a dick about it. Like I'm not going to take my dog and be like, "Oh, I understand that you have allergies. I just don't care because I wanted to take this with me." Like I'm not going to do that.
Well, that's the kind of person that I
that-
am. So,
Sorry.
Nobody.
No, I just feel like-
I wash her right before the flights, and if someone
Yeah.
has allergies, then
You know what sucks is my day job, whatever. I drive for Uber, and when people bring their dog in there, like it's awful. They let the dog run around. There's pet dander everywhere, and then
That's
if there's-
also me.
But if
that's
they're good
that's
puppies.
also me.
I hope you tip.
I do.
Good. Well, see, that's if
She
they
brings
tip,
extra dogs to tip. She just leaves
but like then
extra dog in the back.
then there's like if anybody for the rest of the day has a dog allergy, it fucks the whole thing.
Does
up.
it really?
Yeah, it really does. Because like the hair and the dander gets stuck into the rug, and then when people step or shuffle their feet, it all goes back around. It really does. Like it's pretty bad.
Oh no, I'm an asshole. I just found out. I'm a total
It's nothing
asshole.
personal. You're not the only one. You're driving to L.A.
Oh god.
No, this got dark.
It's not that dark. It's just other people have allergies. It's fine. I'm not going to not eat a peanut butter sandwich in front of them either.
You know
have
what? I'm
allergies.
allergic to dogs actually, and I have a dog.
What?
Yeah.
Did
I
That's
just
dedication.
love animals.
Yeah, I like
See?
that.
So
Yeah.
I take my Claritin and my Benadryl and whatever.
get all high.
Yeah.
She's
Just
like, I'm going to
high.
pass out now.
So what are we talking about today?
We are talking about, we're predicting the
I don't
future.
why I always open the podcast asking everyone else what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
this is your
Like I don't even
goddamn
host
show,
this
yeah.
goddamn thing. We're talking about Trump today.
Oh,
Rump
no.
Trump.
No.
Yeah. We have sound effects.
I like to call this time, remember when we hated Bush?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Those days.
Seems like such a long time ago.
No.
Little goof. Little
Yeah.
Goofy
oh,
Bush.
Goof starting
He was so
starting
sweet.
wars in the Middle East. Oh,
His
cute
little
guy.
koala bear face.
Yeah.
Oh, he seems so innocent now.
Yeah.
I love how everyone's like, oh, like Bush was a war criminal. It's like Obama was kind of a little bit of a war
Every
criminal.
president's
too. Like,
kind of a
Yeah.
war
like,
criminal.
like, what do you like? Everyone wants everyone to be perfect. Like,
Yeah.
stop it. Stop expecting a perfect. Like, I always say this too. The last time you had somebody like that was morally great as a president, it was Jimmy Carter, and he wasn't that good as a president.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't he end up making furniture or something like that?
They made me sell my peanut farm. What was there like an Onion article where it was like an editorial about how after Trump got to keep his companies, and he's like, they made me sell my peanut farm.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
So perfect.
Yeah, we're talking about Trump. Specifically, we're talking about what Trump might do next, because this is a turbulent time for the Trump administration, which that's great. That's fantastic. But there's a whole lot going on. I was convinced he was going to resign the other day.
The other
Well,
day,
he said
huh?
that he said that he didn't expect the job to be as hard as it is.
Yeah.
And he preferred his prior life. I mean,
Who'd have thought? huh?
God, who knew that being the president of the United States was such a difficult job?
I never understood why people wanted that job.
Yeah.
What's most concerning about that statement to me is that he's not smart enough to know not to make it. Like, you don't
Yeah.
say that in public. You don't say, this is much harder than I thought. It's like, you're my president. Like, if my house was on fire and a fireman showed up and was like, I got to tell you, this is going to be really tough, I'd be like, shut the fuck up and get in there.
Oh my God.
I don't
Save
want to
my
hear your
life.
opinions. Yeah. Just do your goddamn job. I know it's hard.
I think it was a publicity stunt, and honestly, he wasn't expecting to win. I think that they were just in shock.
I'm certainly in shock.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Like,
Yeah, I feel like at some point he figured out he could win, though. I
Yeah.
think maybe it started out as a publicity thing, but at some point, a lot of people, some earlier than others, like me, realized he definitely could win.
I think Obama did a really good, like he was at, I think it was the Correspondents' Dinner or something like that, and he was like looking at him all, he's like, this is all your fault. The guy just wanted, he just wanted free advertising for his hotels.
Yeah.
And you all blew it out of proportion, and now this is what we have.
Yeah. But didn't Obama make fun of Trump at some dinner?
Everybody had, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But it was like, that's why Trump ran for president. Like, Obama made
Egomaniac,
fun of
insane,
him. Yeah.
insane.
So he was like, I'll show you.
Oh, yeah, I think somebody's like, he took his job. He's like, he went and took his job.
Yeah.
I forget who the comic was that did that. There was a comic that did a bit about that.
Oh,
really?
yeah.
Where it was like, how baller of a man are you? Where somebody like makes fun of you in front of all your friends, so you steal his job.
Yeah.
God damn it, Trump. So today we're talking about what we think Trump might do next. There are a lot of different opinions. There's a lot of things people are hoping for. Who knows? Where should we?
Yeah.
What should we start with? How about impeachment?
Yeah, that's the one, because that's the most popular thing that people are
But
bandying
it's
about.
it is so hard. If everyone in the House has to agree, and then 2/3 of the Senate. I mean, it seems impossible.
Yeah, to push it through the House and Senate does
Yeah.
seem like it would. I mean, it would take the Republicans turning on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
basically.
a couple are, but you're not going to get.
Not the entire party.
Yeah.
It's just impossible.
Yeah, I mean, it would have to if it's going to happen, it would happen after midterm elections. I'm
Yeah.
assuming if Democrats can gain any ground in either fucking House or Senate.
How is it that both parties are fucking up so hard? Like, how is it happening? Like, I don't see where where that balance is coming, where both parties are fucking up so hard.
Yeah, it's bad. And the thing about him being impeached is, I get that in theory it's a good idea, but then it's just a series of better politicians pushing the same agenda after him.
Yeah, plus impeachment isn't a guarantee that he's actually convicted of anything or removed out of
Yeah,
office.
yeah. But also, like, I feel like having Trump in office at least makes things harder for the Republicans in terms of things they want to get done.
Yeah.
And I feel like replacing him with Mike Pence, they're not going to not want to do those things anymore. It'll just be easier because he's an actual politician who knows how to maneuver through shit like this.
Trump comes off as a buffoon to me,
Yeah.
but or more of like a selfish guy. Pence comes off to me as a little evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he's evil. Like, and he's more about like he's like the family values and like anti-abortion. Didn't he want funerals for miscarriages? Wasn't that him?
What?
Oh, yeah.
Was that him?
That could have been fake news, actually. It's unclear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never
I guess we
heard
could
I heard
Snopes that up.
that. I heard that, but I don't know if it was from a veritable.
You didn't hear that? I heard that was going around the net, but it was
No.
something along those lines. But it's like Pence, that guy's just like, I mean, no matter what your party lines are, if you want to dictate what people can do with their bodies, that shit's evil. Like, it doesn't matter what side you're on, or if you're like, you're just poking at the conservatives. It's like, these are people's bodies. Like,
Yeah, I don't, and that's the thing. I don't know if any of that would let up if we.
Yeah, at least
Trump
Trump is
gets
so
impeached.
loathed. None of his shit is
Yeah,
really getting
yeah.
passed, and
Yeah, they're too busy juggling.
just keep a buffer on him.
Yeah, I feel like having him there makes it harder for them.
yeah,
which-
streamlining it
with an.
nasty Pence. Or Ryan, if Pence goes down with him.
Yeah, we definitely don't want President Paul Ryan.
Oh God, he's such a
That
twat.
fucking guy.
God, his face.
Did you say twat?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so great.
So close to so nearly dingable. Say the other one. Say the C word.
No, I'm uncomfortable with that term.
You're unwhatable?
We have a dinger for when people say that word.
I don't say the C word, and I don't say the P word.
You say the T word.
Yeah.
But you don't say the P word?
No, I can't say it.
But the T word is fine?
Yeah.
N word.
Definitely, I can
Yeah,
say
yeah,
that.
yeah. I think we can all agree.
Both F words.
Easiest of the words. Both F words.
Together when someone cuts you off in traffic.
So yeah, I feel like impeachment is kind of wishful thinking at this point because it's not going to pass, and it wouldn't. Like you said, it's not a guarantee we'd get him out of office. It didn't get Clinton out of office, which
I was thinking if he lied under oath, but that didn't.
Yeah, because it's different than bringing criminal charges. Like if he were impeached, the criminal charges would be a separate thing, which. I mean, I know there's talk of like obstruction of justice, but I don't
Something
really see
has
that.
to be proved with this Russia stuff. Something's got to go down this summer. I mean, there has to be a really, really egregious mistake on his part, I think, for
I think
anything to materialize.
What's the most fascinating is we all know this can't end well. Like, it's gonna have a movie ending. Like, there isn't it's not going to be he just rides off into the sunset at the end.
Yeah.
There's no
no
happy ending. It's not like a stork's going to just lift him out of the White House and put in Bernie Sanders. I don't know what people are hoping
as that
for.
Would be.
Like there is no good ending in this for him. Like it's crazy. And I feel like it's getting worse and worse for him as it goes along. I don't know. Is that just me? Does it feel like he's getting worse for like?
It's just embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Like I think I mean, honestly, I think he would resign. I just think that he's too embarrassed. Like he can't do it.
Yeah, I don't see him resigning. Like he's got power now. I don't see him trying to give it up just because he hates the job.
Do you think he wanted that specific power?
What if we all paid him to resign? If we started a Kickstarter or something like that? He's a business guy.
Yeah, maybe we could negotiate.
Yeah.
What if we build the wall, but he resigns, and then we just tear it down after he resigns?
And then beat him with all the chunks.
Yeah. Just build like a fake wall. Styrofoam.
Crush him under it.
Fucking melts before you can even go look at it. Be great. Styrofoam melts in heat, right? I don't know what I'm talking
It's
about.
extreme heat, yeah.
Do you think he will start a war? Obviously, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely think he'll start a war, but where do we think he'll start the war first?
I know where you think it's going to be, right?
I know where I think. Where do you think, Mon Rok? Where do you think we would? If Trump starts a war, where do you think the most likely
I was
target would be?
going to say Madagascar.
That makes perfect sense.
Because of the DreamWorks movies?
And that's honestly the one I would support that. Madagascar's had it too good for too long.
Yeah, definitely.
Being all next to Africa.
Fucking living all high on the hog on your islands.
They got all those lemurs. It's unfair.
I think you're thinking of the program, the movies and programs.
No, that's where they live.
Oh,
yeah.
They're all there.
Yeah.
Ben Stiller, he's there. Chris Rock.
Ben Stiller. That's the first war Trump's going to start.
There it is.
Going to invade Ben Stiller.
The Stillers. Going to go. They're still alive.
So a war with Venezuela.
I still have my heart set on Venezuela. Not heart set as in like, please go to war with Venezuela. But if he starts a war, I really do think it's going to be Venezuela because of so many reasons. Go ahead.
I don't think he'll instigate it, but I think he'll become embroiled in a war in the Eastern Bloc.
That would be bad.
Very.
That would be World War status.
Yeah, I think it depends on what side he's taking.
Yeah, of course.
But I still feel like the former Soviet bloc, they've been rebuilding it. They've been, they sold the collection in the 90s and now they want to rebuild it. And like you can't ignore it as America. You can't. So he's gonna pull us in there.
I like Venezuela because for one thing,
it's always about oil. So that's just kind of the way it goes.
We've wanted that oil for. I mean, we just found out they have the largest reserves of oil in the world in 2014. So this is all news to us.
But it's technically not Venezuela's oil.
How so?
It's I think it belongs to another territory.
It's like Bolivia or something?
Well, no, because they nationalized their oil in 2007. I mean, I don't know. There might be some sort of land
reserves
dispute.
Yeah, there's a
borders
land
or something like that?
dispute, I think, over the region.
Well, wasn't that a problem with like natural gas fracking in the is like they were drilling diagonally down, so like it very well.
I drink your milkshake. There Will Be Blood, anyone? That's what he did. He drilled into some. All right, it's fine. Don't watch movies. I'll just watch them by myself.
I like own it on DVD and I haven't watched it.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
I never got to it.
It's fine. It's fine. I don't need all my references to land.
I drink your milkshake.
I never saw The Godfather.
What?
I'm not really missing that much. It's overrated.
Yeah, I've seen it. I don't remember it that well.
Yeah.
But Venezuela, I think there's the oil reserves, but also when they nationalized their, for one thing, Obama declared Venezuela an enemy of the United States in like 2015, coincidentally, right after we found out they have all that oil. And we've been kind of waging economic war with them ever since.
Well, after they nationalized it, I think the Exxon lost like $10 billion or something like
Rex
that.
Tillerson was the CEO of Exxon at the time. He took them to court and wanted $6 billion for them basically taking Exxon in Venezuela, and he lost, and they only paid him $1 billion. And ever since then, he's been in a bad way to get back at Venezuela.
Yeah, and Venezuela's falling apart.
It's falling apart, and a lot of it has to do with us. It's not all us. They've done weird shit with their currency
too, right?
Well, they manipulated their currency to try and get their trade rates back in order, and that worked. But then they didn't. I'm saying manipulating. That's the wrong word. They just they adjusted their currency. They didn't do anything illegal, but they didn't take those currency adjustments off after it fixed things, and it opened this big kind of black market for essential items. Like it's fucking shampoo, soap, food, things like that.
And Trump
shampoo
really
and soap.
cares.
Yeah,
he really
it's
cares
such a
about
humanitarian
these. Yeah,
crisis.
he
But
really
it's-
wants to go in there and
It
help.
gives you the opening.
And
Gives
And-
them the opening.
That's the thing. Well, like whenever anyone's ever asked him about humanitarian stuff, he's always like, "Nah, whatever." But then when Venezuela comes up, he's like, "It's a humanitarian crisis. We need to fix it." And the fucking day I was convinced he was going to resign, that's the day he held a joint press conference with the president of Colombia, announcing that they were going to fix the Venezuela problem.
We're gonna get good cocaine, the best cocaine.
Best
I was
coke.
a
He
he
businessman.
goes,
in
"You
the
guys have a
80s."
cocaine problem. You guys really do." That's what he said.
He did.
The problem is I
Insane.
don't have it in my possession right now.
Yeah, it wasn't what I was expecting from the press conference, but it did. I feel like kind of bolster the case. I think we're going to Venezuela, but I mean, there's other
Be a
options.
fun little war.
Yeah, I mean, it's one we'd win probably.
It'd
At
be like
least.
the favela episode.
How nice
or
would that be to win a
level.
war again? Oh my
Yeah.
god,
It seems like it would be quick, right?
maybe.
Yeah, well, Vietnam.
I'm sure we've got our fair share of wars that we thought were going to be quick by now.
That's fair.
I don't.
Yeah, it's Guyana is the other.
Oh, really?
It belongs to Guyana. And so I think Guyana and Venezuela are now in a thing.
I got Venezuela in that, even if their economy's in shambles. They have to have a better military than Guyana, right?
Yeah, probably. Well, Guyana, is that still a French colony as well? Is that still French?
I don't know.
Je ne sais pas.
Je suis désolé.
Very nice. Very nice.
I mean, though, like, if the French come in, they would be like, very nice.
Yeah, well, we just
French have their own problems.
yeah.
Yeah.
We just did an episode of What in the World about the new French president that I
teacher
get,
fucker?
They didn't elect their French Trump. So.
I know.
No.
How great is that?
No, they elected their pro-immigration Trump.
Yeah.
Like if you look into Macron, he's Trump. He just doesn't hate brown people.
Well, that's okay with me because France is my favorite place in the world.
perfect.
I'll take it.
Yeah, but Macron is a handful. We have an episode about him coming out. It might be out. No, it'll be out next week. On
But
What in
his
the World.
wife is 60 years old, and it's so romantic.
Every
Wasn't he a
bit
child?
every bit as romantic as Mary Kay Letourneau. It's the exact same situation.
Is that the exact same situation? Did she fuck him when he was a child?
Yeah, he was 15, and his parents went to her, and they were like, "Hey, can you stay away from our kid till he's 18?" And she said, "I can't make any promises."
No.
Viva France.
What'd she look like
No.
back then? Do we have any pictures of that?
She still looks.
She still looks
Looks
pretty
pretty
good.
decent now,
Yeah, she
so
looks good.
I'm sure she was pretty great back then. But yeah,
Because Mary Kay Letourneau, the kid was 11.
this kid was 15.
Yeah.
And
I always feel like
He
11
wasn't
seems like
15.
extra rape.
He was a little older than that.
no,
right?
Macron was 15 when they met.
Really?
Yeah, he was in class with her daughter. They shared a class.
Yeah, they
and
did.
her parents or his parents around that time like got the sense that he was in love with someone at school, and they assumed it was her daughter, and it was her. And that's when they confronted her about it, and she
pretty
was
close.
like,
Transference.
That's so French.
Yeah.
"Yeah, it's French as fuck."
He was
For
like
her to be
smoking.
for her to be
Yeah.
like, "Nah, I can't make any promises.
I cannot promise anything.
It's France. I'm gonna fuck your kid."
Look at them. He's a beautiful boy.
But she was married, and she ended up getting divorced, marrying him.
Right.
And now he's got all these grandchildren, and he's like 30-something years old.
I love what they tried to take him down with a sex scandal. It's like, do you not know
France?
France?
Like,
Yeah,
There's no such thing as a sex scandal in France.
they
There's
won't
just-
even address it. My favorite interview, I forget who was interviewing Sarkozy, but they asked him something about having an affair or his mistress, and he just got up and walked out. It was the most baller thing I've ever
To go
seen.
bang his mistress.
Yeah, yes. Exactly.
yeah, they handle that way different in France. Like that, Macron would not have gotten elected here just based on that.
Yeah.
We won't even elect a president with a beard anymore.
Oh, I can't be president?
No, not with that beard. Remember last time we had a president with a beard?
Was that Grant?
Probably. Who knows?
Yeah, when was the last bearded president? I'm going back. I think was it Grant?
I mean, we did elect Trump, you guys. So
Hold on. No.
he's married to a European sex slave worker.
You're burying the lead here. Was it Grant?
Yeah, that's what this podcast is about now. Let's get a team of researchers in here.
Beardcast.
Yeah, so war. Is there any... What about North Korea? Do you think he'll...
I was thinking that's the what that.
That means that's it. That's the end of everything. That's it. That's a wrap on humanity. Ah.
No.
No.
That's the thing. North Korea doesn't have missiles that can reach us yet. As far...
They'll reach our allies, but not us.
They'll hit Guam, which...
Well, they hit South Korea probably. They'll use South Korea as our proxy.
North Korea bombing South Korea, Japan, Taiwan, any of that is perfectly feasible.
Well, South Korean soldiers recently fired some shots at North Korea.
Yeah, I read that article. It's because North Korea sent an unidentified object over the DMZ. I'm like, please let it be aliens.
A soccer ball. Just a.
Through a football.
It's on our country now. We're keeping it.
Yeah.
It's too scary.
Yeah, it's really tense. And you can't really blame North Korea for test firing missiles right now. It's like it's a crazy world.
Guy, yeah.
Like I would probably be acting a little crazy to try and scare people right now too. You never know. But
Americans will always be safe,
We'll
not
always
us.
be
That's all
fine.
you guys care about. You're
Yeah,
like, oh yeah, it'll just be Japan. It's got nothing to do with us.
Yeah, we always like poke, like throwing rocks at bees' nests that are nowhere near our neighborhood.
Oh
and then,
man.
and then like we get surprised when they're like, "What? How did 9/11 happen? We've
Yeah.
been minding our own business
Yeah.
this whole time." It's like, have we been?
It's only a big deal when it's American lives.
Yeah,
right.
6 American lives.
well, no,
We're
I was
talking.
just saying
No.
that when you say it's all over when that happens, I don't think it would be. I
the
could see
beginning of the end.
I could see us preemptively attacking North Korea.
Oh God, that would up his approval.
It
And that
probably
be
would. Yeah.
so bad.
Yeah.
Because all the people that are mad about what he did, like all the people that voted for him that now disapprove of him, would be like, "I like him again, man. He's bombing yellow people."
I don't know because his alt-right supporters got really upset about the Syrian strike because remember they're kind of an isolationist bunch. They don't want us fucking around.
But I'm not talking about the alt-right.
Overseas.
The alt-right doesn't really disapprove of him that much. I'm talking about your average Southern kind of war hockey, like,
well, they
my
already
kids are in the Marines.
Like,
kinda
when have
guys.
they stopped approving of him?
Well, when they didn't
the
get their
thing.
coal jobs.
Oh,
People are like, "You took my Medicare away, man. I just thought you were going to take Medicare away from brown people." Like those people.
I really thought that all these people were just going to die off. But they didn't. They just bred
live
more.
forever.
Yeah, they just keep having kids.
Yeah, they just keep having kids. And then those kids grow up and they don't have jobs. And it's just
Tact takes years off of your life, by the way. Like having general manners really just pulls years and years. Dying at 70. Meanwhile, those racists are living till 111.
You don't even think about it out here. It's like I was so shocked when everything happened, and then I was like, I don't even know one person that lives in any of these states. Not one person.
I mean, I'm from Illinois. Did Illinois go red this year?
No, I think they went blue.
I think it did. It's usually a blue state.
God, how bad is it that it got close? You know, that's the thing.
Well, that's why he won, because he flipped a bunch of traditionally blue states. He won New Mexico. New Mexico never fucking votes Republican.
Right. I'm gonna make the best meth. I'm gonna vote for that. Yeah, like I know a lot of people across in Tennessee and North Carolina and stuff. And
oh yeah, you guys are white. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, you got to remember that. We don't have to change our names out of fear of safety. And some weird, crazy guy wearing, stolen valor camo fatigues is going to come after us at one of our shows. You know?
Oh, man.
We'll just die defending you.
I have never actually experienced racism. This will probably piss a lot of people off. But just
here we go.
Well, get ready for it.
Personally speaking, I have never experienced. Not that I know of. I am pretty oblivious to my surroundings.
So you don't read my blog, I noticed.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like never?
Never. No.
Wow.
I grew up in a very middle-class neighborhood in Silver Spring, Maryland, and it was very diverse. There were a lot of affluent black families and Asians and everyone.
So you kind of Mr. Magoo'd your way around, and like just walking all over the place, just narrowly missing racist shit coming at you?
Yeah, I don't know if it was specific to the neighborhood I grew up in or what, but literally never.
Wow.
That is impressive.
I've been a victim of racism. Jesus Christ. How'd you miss that?
But then I'll meet some people that, will just say things like, oh, this racist white asshole didn't let me into the club. It's because he's racist. I'm like, no, it's because you're ugly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I love that people
you hear things like that.
Yeah, there is a lot of people that they're like, I know why this is happening.
Yeah.
Like, do you?
Yeah, I saw a comic post on Facebook once that a woman asked him not to smoke on the sidewalk near her child, and he said, "Check your white privilege." I don't think that's the same thing.
Yeah. So that's the thing. There's a lot of people jumping on board with this whole victim mentality thing, which I don't really subscribe to, but. No, I definitely do believe in racism. I know people have experienced racism.
Racism?
I believe in it.
I believe in it. It's real.
Like Tinkerbell.
I'm getting nervous now. I'm backtracking.
No, you're doing. We have our audience is used to much worse.
Don't. You're good.
You ever met Josh Denny? We have a podcast with Josh Denny. He's very, very dark.
Called The Darkest Hour.
Yeah. Good times. So one thing, one of the most interesting things I found researching this, an Unpops listener actually sent us this. Nick Demosthenes. Do you think I got that name right? I
believe
I
it's
might have.
Demosthenes.
Demosthenes.
Yeah, Nick Demosthenes sent this in.
It's French. It's the new.
It's a link to an article on The Independent, where Yale University academic and prominent U.S. historian Timothy Snyder says Trump attempting to literally overthrow the U.S. government to stay in power is inevitable.
No way. These things do not happen in America.
Did he use that word inevitable?
He said it's inevitable that he'll try. But he also said we are still a strong enough democracy.
Yeah, well, he's already trying.
Why doesn't
he
he just
hates
say
the press. He hates the media.
Why doesn't he just say probable? You're saying the same thing, but without really stamping inevitable on there.
Yeah.
Just be like, it's probably going to happen for sure.
No, probably and inevitable are not the same thing.
Yeah, but probably is like 80% and inevitable is 100%.
Yeah.
I'm just saying go with 80%. 80% still a good majority, but you don't want to
Fortune
stamp
No,
favors-
but if he
100%.
says inevitable and he's right, then he's
Fortune
gonna
favors the bold, Jeff. Remember when I said Trump would definitely get elected way back in October? God damn it! Nobody listened to me. That's fine.
Everybody mocked you. I thought
Yeah.
you were a dumb dick.
And when I
for
say
it.
way back in October, I mean October 2015,
Yes, you did.
not 16.
You have articles to prove it and a video.
But he still got elected.
Congratulations. You also called war in Venezuela. Can't wait for that to be right.
Yeah.
Fuckface. Anything you want to say about my cancer?
It's great.
I have great cancer. The
So-
best cancer, the greatest cancer of all time.
Yeah, the only thing about an actual coup is a coup, like an actual coup, is going to require the military kind of to be on his side because we got too many guns. I mean, unless he wants to nuke us, I feel like the United States citizens have too many guns for an actual, like, if the military isn't on his side, the coup's not going to happen.
I also find, though, but by the way, you could be like, well, what I meant by a coup was to, like, try to change. Like, there's a lot of room
Well,
to say
no,
what
he
you-
says in the article that he means Trump will at some point try to guide us toward a system of government that doesn't involve voting. So he means a coup.
Well, I think he's already doing that. I mean, he's trying. He's
Yeah.
trying everything he can to be a total dictator.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
that being said, voting
but-
didn't exactly do us too well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Everyone's like checks and balances. It's like, where have they been so far? Checks and balances were supposed to keep him from getting the nomination. Like, everyone was like, we have all these mechanisms in place, and once it gets to no, he's fucking president now. And things like this do actually make me nervous when he's got a Republican House and Senate. If he wants to try and just jam something through, yeah, it's not impossible. Like that, like him just saying, I'm king now. It seems improbable, but it's not like it's never happened.
And also, that being said, I guess we're living in the sort of land of pure imagination at this point in time. Like, we've already seen the improbable. Like, the improbable has been happening consistently multiple times a day, and he's still there. Like, the improbable got him elected.
Yeah.
So, like, it's hard to be, like, it's weird to say that he was the underdog, because nobody that's him should be considered an underdog. But not only did he get in as the underdog, but now he's been doing the most insane shit and getting away with it. And, like, he fired Comey.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane.
insane.
Like, the whole situation. And we're all so dumbfounded and stunned by it that, like, what are we doing about it?
Yeah.
Just watching it.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with all the shit.
And the attorney general and that Indian dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So you
I
can be
mean-
racist. It's like he's lighting fires all over town so that the fire department can't put them all out.
Well, that's a fascist strategy. Like, it's overwhelming people with too much shit that they're worried about, and a small series of incremental tests. A fascist regime will test you every couple weeks, and if you don't fucking resist hard enough at each step, it's just gonna get worse. And I mean,
Here we are.
here we are. Like, it's not, it's not complete fascism yet, but we're also 5 months in.
It's so nuts.
5
This has
months.
been it's felt like years.
Yeah.
Something will get uncovered in this Russia investigation. It has to.
And then nothing
he
will happen
fired
as a
3
result of it.
people.
But that's the weird part, is like, even if something happens, I don't even if they find something, I don't know if anything will come of it.
But what if something did and it was like treasonous?
Yeah.
What if Trump gets executed?
It would be nice to see somebody guilty of, like, sedition or treason.
Yeah.
Like, it would be nice.
Be a nice novelty, like seeing
Yeah.
someone get the plague.
Yeah.
Oh, people
yeah.
still do that? That's cool.
Okay, I wrote this down. The Constitution states that a president can be impeached if convicted of treason, bribery, or other high crimes or misdemeanors, which is kind of ambiguous.
This is very
High
But
misdemeanors.
It's very,
Yeah.
very vague.
high misdemeanor.
Yeah.
like this is very like 24. It's very like it's almost like if Aaron Sorkin was writing this, he'd be like, it's too out of control. Like this is.
Yeah.
Also,
Like-
it's none of this crazy shit has happened before, so nobody even really knows what constitutes
Yeah.
for impeachment.
Like, we've jumped
I
the
mean,
shark, like-
it's so insane.
The last impeachment was like kind of like most people were viewing it as like, really?
Yeah, I was like, okay,
Really?
I got a BJ.
He lied
whatever.
under oath
Yeah.
about protecting his ass, about getting
Yeah.
it blown. Like, all right, like, sure, but come on.
Yeah. Let's be adults.
And then when was the last impeachment before that? Andrew Jackson? Was it Jackson or Johnson? I always forget.
Jackson.
Was it Jackson?
Well,
and that was
Nixon
Well,
resigned
Nixon,
before
yeah,
he was
never
impeached. Yeah, he was
impeached,
never
yeah.
impeached.
Yeah.
yeah. So you're going all the way back to Jackson, and that was just a politically motivated farce as well.
Yeah.
So like, we've never had real reasons to impeach somebody straight through, other than Nixon, and he was like, "Fuck this, I'm out of here."
Yeah.
But Nixon was actually not a bad president. Like as
Yeah.
far as presidents go, he was a bad person and did shitty things. But as a president, he was certainly a very progressive conservative, all things considered.
For sure. Yeah. As far as
First president to go to China, opened up a lot of trade. I mean, granted, he was bombing and bombing Cambodia, a place we were not at war with.
yeah.
But grand scheme of things, like he wanted the job, he was capable of what he was capable. Like this is
You're supposed to be a good president and a bad president. And Trump is just
bad.
just
Yeah.
insane and
Yeah.
bad and everything wrong.
so
God.
weird.
Yeah. There hasn't been, like, normally you would think any president would do one thing at least that you'd be like, okay, that's all right. I can, like Marine Le Pen, for example. We were just talking about France. One of the differences between her and Macron, she is very pro-union. France has a very strong system of unions. That's why they have a 35-hour work week. And Macron wants to break that up and kind of counter the influence of unions in France. And we've seen what happens here when you gut unions. So at least in that one thing, I can be like, okay, Marine Le Pen, I agree with you. With Trump, there is just nothing.
For us. For some people, they're like, I like the part about keeping Muslims out.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. But I'm
I mean,
just
you
saying,
got to keep the Muslims.
well, yeah. That's-
Yeah, but like of your own business, it's not the whole country.
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on.
yeah, exactly.
Of your neighborhood, not your country.
You're
But-
supposed to give them their own country, like Pakistan.
yeah.
There it
That's
is.
how to deal with the problem.
Wasn't Gandhi against the creation of Pakistan? He was like,
Yeah.
he was like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? Don't do this.
Yeah.
And he was like, you can make me not the president. You can put a Muslim in charge.
yeah.
Just don't break it up. And they're like,
What's the worst that could happen?
we're Britain. We know what we're doing.
Man.
Oh, that whole thing, the whole business.
That'll probably be it. We're all sitting here worried about where Trump's going to start a nuclear war, and we're just going to wake up tomorrow, and it's going to be fucking Pakistan and India.
right?
I can see it.
I forgot that they got shit going on. I just forget about it.
Since like the 50s.
Oh yeah.
I was telling my sister the other day that's the one way I don't want to die is in a nuclear war. And she was just like, what's the big deal? You just dissolve. It's totally fine.
Yeah, if you're in the blast radius, otherwise you die in the marauding.
I was like,
after.
what about if you're like on the edge of it and you end up being one of those weird.
Fallout person,
yeah.
I saw RoboCop. I know what happens. I want to drive my
She's-
car through
and
toxic
she just,
waste.
She just goes, just run the other way.
Just run towards the blast.
Yeah.
So you can get
Oh my
disintegrated.
God.
I did read a really interesting that a report came out. It was in the New York Times, either New York Times or LA Times a couple years ago about what kind of effect a nuclear war would have on LA and how many people would die. And if you're not in that blast radius, if you can get inside, you got a good chance of surviving. Because the fallout isn't going to just come to your apartment and hover. It's going to blow over you. So if you can get inside a basement, where I don't know where you're going to find a basement in LA, but if you can get in the interior basement of an office building, you're probably not going to die. Crazy, right?
That's bananas, man.
Yeah, we wouldn't lose as many. I mean, we'd lose a lot of people if there was a nuclear bomb dropped on LA, but we wouldn't all die. Like It's a more survivable thing than people realize, which is bad because politicians know that. And like especially Reagan in the 80s.
Yeah, he knew that was...
A lot of his policy was driven by the belief that we could engage in a nuclear war with Russia and survive. Maybe not win, but still survive as a country. Like, he was willing to roll those fucking dice.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I don't think you guys have looked up Hiroshima and Nagasaki photos on a
What's
Sunday
that?
morning
Never
like
heard of it.
I have.
Never.
I'm sorry, who was that?
What state are those cities in? Or
Is that Seattle-based area?
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
You know what would have made Reagan better about that whole thing? A beard. Think about it.
You should. We got to get a bearded president.
I'm telling you, I'll do it.
It's unprofessional.
That's a good point. You look like a fucking piece of shit right now, Jeff.
I realized I look like the guy from Amityville Horror.
You do look like the guy from Amityville Horror.
Like James Brolin from Amityville Horror. The big beard and like the white, like the thermal shirt he was wearing the whole time.
I do love beards, but I like it. I like a natural fade out, not when it's just sliced.
Yeah,
right
you don't
here.
want like a...
What do you have?
I
Let me
like the
see.
neck beard-ish kind
Yeah. You let it get a little sloppy.
Yeah, that's because I'm sloppy.
There it is.
There's no like, hey, that looks all right. It's like,
I just wait till mine's about that, and then I just run clippers over it.
Yeah.
I don't ever shave.
I run clippers. I haven't put a razor in my face in
Let's
years.
keep a stubble.
I run a 2 over this, and then I do a 1 over here.
Jesus, you're such a nerd.
I use nads and I wax mine. So
Use what?
nads,
You never heard of Nats?
it's great.
It's a hair removal.
Oh,
It's green, right? Isn't it
Yeah,
green?
it is green.
what a great name!
Yeah, it is a
Nads.
weird name. It's an Australian product, I think.
It's not like
Is it
How do you
nads?
know so much about nads?
Because I've just seen a bunch of commercials for it. And it's also how I shave my legs.
rub nads all over your face.
Before nads, there was Nair in the 90s. There was that pink
Oh, that
bottle.
burns it all off,
burns
right?
and it
Yeah.
stinks.
Ugh. Thank you, Nads. Fix things.
Nads is great though.
Isn't that the name of the guy from the Hannibal Lecter series?
Nads? There's no way
Nads
that's true.
Nicholson or
Nads.
Mads? That's his name.
None of that's true.
Mads is his name.
No,
Google it.
I'm not going to do that.
Just type in Mads into Google and see if it's Mads Mikkelsen comes up.
We did comments out of order, so we can't.
Wait,
do...
what if he gets 8 years?
Oh yeah,
Oh my God!
that's
Can you
the other thing.
imagine?
Like we don't even have that on the list because
Yeah.
it's so unthinkable. But
you didn't
what
even
if
put reelected.
reelected? Oh.
Oh my God!
But it's not
That's
impossible.
not- I mean, it's not impossible, but I feel like a
I
re-election
thought it was
is
impossible that Donald Trump would ever be
Yeah,
president
you
of the
can't-
United States. Impossible.
You literally can't say anything is
You can't-
improbable
you-
even
yeah,
anymore. Yeah.
You can't. You can't.
No.
It's so insane.
E-
That is the president. What?
I was so upset. I was in the air. I was flying home when the election was happening.
Yeah.
And I had to pay for internet because I couldn't. I saw a guy next to me that was like following it and like starting to freak out. I'm like, I gotta see what's happening. I paid like $16 for 2 hours of internet just because I needed to see
You know
what
what's
was going on.
crazy is that individually, since Trump has become president, my life has gotten so much better personally.
So it happens when
But
you never
I
experience racism.
feel really bad for everyone else.
Yeah. I mean, my
It's
life's
just a fluke.
my life's going fine, but it's got nothing
Yeah.
to do with Trump.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. We haven't hit the fallout of everything he's doing yet.
Right.
Like,
Right.
there's still a blast radius for what he's doing.
I
We
still have my Obamacare. So
Yeah, I still have mine.
You're in California.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. One thing when it comes to him getting reelected, and I brought this up on the podcast we did with Lucy Mueller, is the policies, especially immigration and healthcare. Those are the kind of things that are going to drive people to other states. Him making it a state's issue where some states will cover pre-existing conditions and some states won't. If you're a person who really needs health care And California is one of those states that's like, of course we'll cover pre-existing conditions, which California would. I think they've already said they would still cover pre-existing conditions. If you live in a red state, you're so angry at Trump for cutting your health care that you would vote against him, but also you need to live, so you might just move to California where your vote's not going to matter anymore. So it's like it's kind of a means of driving anti-Trump types out of red states. It's just like a divide. It's the same thing they try to do with abortion. The reason they want to overturn Roe versus Wade is it turns abortion back into a states' rights issue. And then at that point, if you're living in a state where maybe they've shut down Planned Parenthood or there are no services like that, if they have that in California, for the sake of your own health and safety, you might leave. And I could see that happening. I could see a lot of flight from Midwest type states. I don't know why I said Midwest type. Like,
yeah,
Midwest
those are called
is
the
a
Midwest.
thing.
Yeah,
it's just called the Midwest. But I could see if his policies start working and things start getting implemented, I could see people fleeing red states and coming here, understandably. But we'll have Republicans for the next 20 fucking years.
How weird would it be having people move here without trying to become actors or comedians?
Yeah, that'd be
a real
So what? We're just
curveball.
gonna have Republicans walking down the street in West Hollywood.
No, the
coexisting
opposite.
With transvestites
We'll have
and all the people.
We'll be stuck with a lot of Republican presidents after that because
Right.
all the people that would vote in a swing state.
No.
had to leave.
I get it. But
Yeah.
No Republicans are going to come out here, right?
no. But
hope
it's yeah. I mean, it's a thing. And what would happen also is I could see then Californians getting like people in Denver who are like, stop moving here. It's like, stop having cool shit like recreational weed. Maybe people stop moving there. Like that would happen too. Once people start fleeing here.
Well, I mean, people are also fleeing to Portland and Austin and all these other places.
Cool cities,
yeah,
hey?
You got to make other cities cool.
Yeah,
That's the way to do it.
I feel like Austin isn't going to be a good place to flee to because it's still in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an island. Austin's an island. It's a liberal island in a very conservative sea.
Jeff meant liberal or literal. He thinks it's a real island.
That's not what I said. I said
You said literal. You
with a
said
B.
literal island surrounded by water.
You know what I would like to see
You're
become
so stupid.
a popular city? Omaha.
Omaha's
like
great.
Omaha had
Omaha's
a lot of
such
room.
a great city.
Omaha, Kansas City.
Kansas City, hey, they have a lot of waterfalls.
There is that. I mean, Kansas City's fine, but
Omaha should be like the
We've
new
just got to
Austin.
make other cities happen. We've got to export some of these liberals.
yeah. Let's go. Let's set up shop in Omaha.
I
We
went
would-
to Austin.
of
I
all-
tried to love it. I did not.
Yeah,
I came right
it's
back.
still Texas.
Yeah.
All the
Like,
barbecue
so
is
hot.
vegan.
Yeah.
here. Where do you live out here?
WeHo.
Oh, so I was going to say it's like 111 degrees in Burbank in the summer. I don't know how much worse does it
The
get
heat
in
in Austin, I have not experienced. Besides literally India, I haven't experienced that kind of heat before. Not in California, no way.
Yeah, I mean, it gets. Remember that one summer I got all cocky because I had an air conditioner, but I lived in Santa Monica and we had that heat wave.
Yeah.
And I was like, Jeff, take my air conditioner. I'm in Santa Monica. It's fine. And it was like 108 degrees every day for the next month. And I still want to murder Jeff.
I have never had an air conditioner in my bedroom here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
We have central air here, so
it's a stronger
I
constitution.
don't want to make a big deal out of it.
Well, it doesn't get that hot at night. Maybe a few days a year.
Yeah.
Raquel and I have diametrically different heat levels. So like when I'm baking, she's freezing,
Oh, yeah.
and it becomes, and she'll be like trying to touch me. I'm like, touch me, that's so hot.
Yeah.
Is that a common issue in your house? You're always baking.
Well, I didn't hear the last part.
You're always baking.
Yes, I'm a baker.
You
But
are.
I'm like it's so warm in the apartment. She's like, oh, it's so cold. Then I'm like, well, I'm two of you, So I guess that makes sense that I would be warmer. But it's like,
Okay, wait. What do you bake? I'm
no,
sorry.
I am not baking cookies. I am very warm in my internal temperature, as if my body is an oven.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I should have been clearer
stupid.
on that.
Yeah.
I thought he meant that he was a baker.
So you're just not going to bake anything?
No, I won't. I'm a man. What's wrong with you?
Oh.
The cats thing threw me off.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, he's got a couple of cats.
She's like,
and
oh,
he's a
he's-
baker.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and then I said I had a girlfriend.
yeah,
That was
question.
a curveball.
Who
huh?
is Raquel?
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah, yeah. But she literally, we did she's half of me. It's crazy. So yeah, it's gonna make sense. You can't expect to have the same temperature.
Yeah.
Somebody is half of you.
Silence.
I got nothing.
That's all we got for you. That is all we got.
Thanks for the volley, Mon Rok. Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
That was a good yes and.
Good
where I-
comedy
You're
assist
welcome.
right
Right,
there,
right.
Magic.
No, my yes and is no, full stop.
I hit a wall just then.
Yeah.
I was hoping to get some sort of
It
spring,
happens.
and I got just
It happens.
wily coyoted myself right into that fake tunnel.
So I think we can all agree, no matter what happens with Trump, we're fucked.
Fuck.
Yeah,
We're kind of fucked.
we're fucked.
Yeah.
Although
It's
I feel
not-
like we're actually
We're not
fine.
fucked. We're fine because
Yeah.
we live in California.
But the collective
and
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually, we'll be fucked.
The brain works while the body's paralyzed. Like we'll be like, yeah, we're fine. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
everything else is awful. Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be the Hunger Games soon, but at least this will be the capital. We'll be the we'll be the pretty part. All the bombed out ruins of the rest of the country. Hopefully. I mean, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Right?
Until the big one hits, and then we're Arizona Bay.
Catch it. Throw it back. That's what we do in California.
We're due for a good earthquake though.
I haven't felt an earthquake here in like a while.
There was one like about a month and a half.
I feel
ago.
little ones here and there.
I
I
never
think.
feel them.
Is it because I'm higher? Is it because I'm higher up? Will I feel them more
Yeah,
or
you
less?
would.
Yeah.
More.
Yeah.
I feel them more.
Yeah, because the last one I felt here was, I felt it.
I've only felt two. One was at like 6 a.m. when I was asleep. And I was just like, And I was like, I'm up. And my roommate's like, yeah, right. I was like, was that an earthquake? It's like, yeah. I was like, well, what do we do now? And he goes, just go back to bed. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
And then another one, I was in my car and I thought I just hit the rumble strip.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's all. I've never felt any of the other ones. I've always slept right through them.
My dog sleeps through them all.
What kind of dog is that?
A King Charles Spaniel.
What a good boy.
Wow.
Or girl.
Isn't your dog supposed to
Either
wake
way.
you up to keep you alive?
She's
What
not
a-
that kind of dog.
Still a very good puppy.
She's a service dog.
She serves herself.
You're like, I'm
She
her
serves
service dog.
herself. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm her service owner. Her problem is she can't predict earthquakes. So I have to tell her when one's happening.
This was fun. We should
great.
get out of here. We don't have comments because we did them out of order. There will
It's
be
all right.
comments next week. You'll be fine.
You like comments.
Yeah, you like comments. Mon Rok, do you have anything to plug?
Just my life in general.
Sure. Follow Mon Rok's life.
You can follow me, my blog, monrock.tumblr.com, and whatever, Twitter and Face. It's just Mon Rok. Just type in Mon Rok. There's no C.
Yeah, MONROK. Jeff, do you have anything to plug?
You guys can come to Mint on Card every second Friday of every month at Blast from the Past in beautiful Magnolia and Burbank. It's a real great time. We get a lot of great people coming. I mean, it's literally, I say that every time at the end of everything. So why don't you just come on out?
Come to the Darkest Hour, June 9th at West Side Comedy Theater, 11:30 p.m.
6-9.
Santa Monica, right?
I love the West Side Comedy Theater.
You should come
Great.
do the show sometime. I'll get you on.
All right.
Yeah, it's a
I
great-
usually do the Friday show there.
Our show is the late Friday
Late
show.
Friday show,
Second
yeah.
Friday of every month, Darkest Hour.
That'll be very convenient for you because then you'll have to do something for 3 hours.
Yeah. I'll have to take a nap.
Go see a
though.
movie.
I usually go to bed at 11.
Yeah, our show starts at 11:30. Assuming the goddamn improv show that's before it stops going.
Oh, that show. That show, yeah.
We're wearing white shirts and ties so we can go over our time.
Oh, those motherfuckers.
Because they're like, weren't they like voted like one of the best improv?
Yeah, they own
groups?
the place.
Yeah, they're like,
and I'm like,
pretty-
those motherfuckers. Garbage. Ugh. It is a terrible show, though. Also, June 7th, I'm at Hilarity at the Hollywood Hotel, 7 p.m. That's Quincy Johnson's show.
Well, I'm downtown tomorrow at 8:00.
Tomorrow, tomorrow,
the
as in tomorrow?
Downtown precinct.
Actual tomorrow, or when
Yeah,
this goes up tomorrow?
tomorrow.
So tell us about the show that you did last week.
This goes up next
That was
week.
downtown.
Damn it!
I should have clarified
Damn
that.
it.
Yeah.
I did a show last Wednesday.
You were so
That's what I
great.
meant to say.
You were
really
so
good.
great.
Thanks.
Isn't it crazy all the stuff that happened at that show?
Yeah. Wow.
Good times.
They carried you out on their shoulders.
That was weird, but I really liked it.
Thank you.
Yeah. It was great.
You're a champion.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Subscribe to us on Patreon, $5 a month. We do 10 episodes a week. I counted the other day, we have, I think, 16 shows.
16 different
12 and a half
shows.
episode, or 12 and a half cents an episode if you subscribe. So
You can't beat that deal.
do that. Patreon.com/unpops. And I think that's it. Let's get the fuck out of here. Mon Rok, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Jeff, say goodbye.
You get the Mon Rok rookie card, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody. We love you.
Oh, man.
Oh, we have fun.
Yeah, that was fun. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye, everybody. I did that before. Now we're done. Bye.